music. Midnight 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 music.
Was it good?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I kind of was familiar with the Broadway soundtrack, not too much. Like I never saw it. I like had heard the soundtrack in passing, but I knew who Renee Rapp was because of Broadway's and like theater and stuff.
Yeah.
It was really good. I liked it. It was funny. Yeah. TikTok's favorite lesbian.
Okay.
The lesbians
I'd have no
love
problem.
her.
I'd have no problem seeing it. I just don't want to pay money to
That is
see
It's
a
it.
on
fair
Paramount
assumption.
Plus now.
Right? Like I would totally watch it on streaming for sure.
It's on Paramount. They
I don't pay for Paramount.
Oh,
I
they just
want to play.
added it.
I want to play for Paramount just because. Oh God, Smiley's here. I want to. I want to pay for Paramount because I want to see Halo.
That's
I heard
fair.
it was bad.
No, it is not. Take you.
If you play the games,
You play the games, you'll love it. There it is. That's what it is.
Oh, I didn't like
I've heard the
game.
exact opposite. If you play the games, you'll
I
hate it.
disagree. I will.
I didn't see it, so I don't have an opinion. And honestly, I don't care. Like I love Halo, but the campaign is it's fun. I never really cared for the story,
I
but
will
it's fun.
say in season 1 of Halo, there was a lot of butt cheeks.
That's what I've heard. There's a lot of bare ass, which is
It was
bizarre.
very bizarre,
Okay.
but you get used to it.
Listen, we lived through Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That's also a fair assumption.
And the Attitude Era of Raw. So butt cheeks are not a thing. That's a problem.
True.
That's true.
I would have got Paramount. I would always considered it, but then the that Nickelodeon doc on HBO just made me never want to watch any of those shows
Oh
ever
my
again.
It's on
God.
Max.
It's-
I saw it the other weekend.
It's so sad.
I know it's such a great documentary, but for all the wrong reasons.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's
It hurts so bad.
Like who
Yeah.
would have thought Pickle Boy
me.
molested Drake?
Okay, I thought as a kid, I thought Pickle Boy was weird, but for the sole purpose, I was like confused. I'm like, this is a grown man. Why are they calling him Pickle Boy?
Pickle Boy, he's just got a giant pile of pickles.
See, my
I understood the pickle part. Like, that was whatever to me, but I was just bothered by them calling him a boy when he was very clearly like a 40-year-old man.
very
Yeah.
strict. Y'all know how I grew up, strict religious Southern family. My mother
Yeah.
saw one segment of the Amanda Show and said, "No more watching that." And okay, she got that one right.
Yeah.
You're on the board.
There you go.
You're on the
Circle
board,
gets
Mom.
the square. I got you. Oh my God. Yeah, they're doing a bonus episode this weekend.
It comes out
Yeah.
on Sunday.
Yeah. Wait.
I'm busy.
After,
What time?
Yeah,
What time?
we're all busy. Probably 9 o'clock. So
Damn it,
after
'cause it's
Mania,
like,
we'll watch
if
it.
it's
We
like if
can
it was
watch
like during the day, I'd be like, "Yo, Will, me, you, and Charles can just watch it. I'm bringing my laptop."
I don't know, dude. I want to be sad going into Mania. I'm
Yeah,
kind of
maybe
hesitant
watch
to
it
watching
when you
Bray
get back.
Wyatt's documentary before Mania.
Oh my God, I watched it today.
Oh my God,
Everybody's
I've
been
watched-
raving
It's the-
about it.
it's
It's
so
the
I
good.
best-
forgot it dropped what yesterday.
Yes.
Monday, yeah.
It's the all right. I don't know if we're talking about it on the show at all, but if not,
We
fuck it.
are
It's
not.
the best.
There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of other shit to talk about.
It's the best wrestling documentary I've ever seen.
That's a bold claim.
I loved Andres.
Andres is up there.
Okay.
Just Vince going.
Ric Flair's
Okay,
30 for 30.
Okay, let me.
Ric Flair's
let me
30 for 30 was
backtrack.
also
Ric Flair's 30 for 30 was really
Second
good.
to the Andre doc. I forgot about the Andre doc.
Oh yeah,
hmm
I
interesting.
would also go with Wrestling with Shadows, but that's really old by now.
Yeah,
I've never
you
seen
never saw
it.
Wrestling with Shadows? It holds up.
No,
I haven't
It
seen it.
does.
It came out what 98, 99, 99. Came out 99.
Yeah, it holds up. It's good.
So did Will.
It's true.
No, I was 95. 95.
Keep disproving Clay. Wow, Taquan's out for blood. Daquan. So we have a big group here tonight. I think Tuesdays is going to be a good move for us. Daquan's
Yeah.
here. Smiley's here.
Yeah, because AEW is not on.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter at this point. I saw the Ariel
People still
Helwani
watch it,
interview.
Ricky.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Ariel Helwani interview was scathing, to say the least.
Well,
Yeah.
I've only had highlights of it, but
Same. I haven't watched the whole
I like
thing yet.
Ariel. People give him
No,
a lot
he's
of
good.
shit, but I like Ariel
good.
Helwani. I think he's a great
I like
interviewer.
how
it's an hour and 55 minutes. I don't have 55 minutes.
yeah, I like how Punk just admitted to aggravated assault on a podcast in an interview. He's like, yeah, I choked him.
And nothing will happen.
The highlight
Choked
I
him.
saw was Punk. He just kept saying, "I very politely said." I'm like, did you
Mm.
like,
though? Like, I am the biggest CM Punk mark in the world, but I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I guess he could talk about this. All right.
his bit about Hangman was interesting.
I didn't see the Hangman
I
stuff.
didn't hear that either.
I only read the quote about how like Hangman went off script and buried him for firing Colt Cabana because him and Colt Cabana were friends.
Well, Colt also
Yes.
sued him, so.
Yeah,
There's that too.
so that's pretty much why Punk buried Hangman on live TV and pretty much killed his whole reign because he went off script in their promo.
Yeah, Hangman still has not recovered. Have you seen Hangman lately?
I haven't watched.
No, I know he has.
AEW
I know
in
he
a
hasn't
while.
recovered.
I watched Revolution. Revolution was a pretty good show.
I watched my first AEW match this past Saturday. Matt Cardona and Adam Copeland, and
Woo, woo,
it was
woo.
good. Did you see? If you saw my Twitter, I will no longer refer to him as the woo woo guy. That was a fantastic match.
That I did see.
And but it also wasn't enough for me to watch the rest of Collision. So
Wow.
That's what happens when you put your secondary show on a Saturday.
I
Yeah.
honestly forgot about Collision until I saw highlights from the Punk interview.
The AEW Dark still? a
No,
thing?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
Yes, I believe it's a no. Yeah. I think that experiment failed. Wasn't there Dark and wasn't there like it was Dark,
Dark
Elevation.
Elevation.
Dark Elevation,
Elevation.
Rampage, all the same show.
I can proudly say I've never seen a single episode of Dark Elevation.
I saw Dark.
Tony Khan's the kind of guy to release 5 shows on TV and then brag he's getting a million weekly
And none
viewers.
of them is about ROH either.
None of them are ROH,
None of them are ROH.
but the belts are on TV. ROH belts are
The
on.
only
AEW.
time
Oh
I
my
watched
God.
Dark was because our friend PB Smooth was on Dark.
That's fair.
Mhm.
You gotta
Yeah,
support your friends.
ironically, there's a lot of current NXT talent that were featured on Dark.
Oh my god, Saquon.
I would.
Yeah, I totally forgot we're going to the NXT show.
Yeah, we
but I
are.
saw it's Trick versus Carmelo, so I'm
Oh
excited for
yeah,
that.
you should see the video package. The video, they had a 3-part video package last week, and it was fucking tastic. PB, that giant man. Oh, you know of him? I've known him for a very, very long time. Smiley. No, Trick and Mello is going to be wild. They're main eventing over everything. Your favorite
Yeah.
Italian gimmick, Tony D, is going for the title.
Good for
Yeah,
him.
Wow.
Who's a champion? Is
Ilya
it Dragunov?
Dragunov, yeah.
Dragunov.
I don't know why I knew that, but I did.
yeah. I think Ilya's moving on soon.
Yeah, but it can't be that. They can't put the title on Tony D.
Not yet. Tony D's not fully developed as a character yet, which is really crazy to say because he's been in that same character for like 3 years.
I don't understand how we didn't get to a point where it's not Carmelo and Trick for the title. And I know they didn't want to take the title off Dragunov, but that's so much a better story. If you throw the title in there, it's a perfect story.
Yeah, it's interesting because I watching the video package. I didn't know Trick was from Philly.
Oh.
Oh, that's
yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. He was running around Philly like seeing all of his family and stuff in the video package. Like this is pretty wild. It's gonna be a fun show. I will tell you this, Will. So when we got the tickets before we start the show, because now we're gonna start soon, because I know we have a lot of crap to talk about. Thank you guys for joining us. All, dare I say, almost 30 of you guys. That's really cool. So the tickets we bought, we are actually behind the entranceway. But I don't think that's going to be an issue because looking at the setup and the fact that they were actually selling these, I believe they are going for the minimal approach that they've done with the other big weekends.
Behind the entranceway. What do you mean?
So like, all right, so you remember watching like Money in the Bank and Backlash and all that? And they had like that little hallway LEDs, or Survivor Series in that instance as well in Chicago, where it was like just the LED in like a corridor and they walk through it instead of like the giant screen. It's gonna be like that, I believe. So,
okay.
But we're also gonna be sitting in club next to a steakhouse, so it's gonna be fine.
That fucking rules.
Yeah, I found these tickets like last week Friday, and it was like when you break it down, it's $60 a person per show. I messaged
so
Will and Charles.
how,
I was like,
how affordable.
"This is non-negotiable. I'm sending you the bill right now."
Yeah, okay, put it this way. The cost of our Airbnb is about the exact same of the cost of every single show we're going to combined.
That's fucking crazy. Good for you
both
guys.
nights of Mania, and we're doing both
Yes,
nights
we
of
are.
Mania, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and Hall of Fame.
Damn.
And all of those tickets combined, club seats,
Yes, by the way,
were about the same cost of
You
an
have club
Airbnb
every
for 5
and you
days.
have club every night.
you damn right we do.
Yes.
That's
fucking insane.
crazy.
It's like it's fucking out of this world.
This is not
insane.
my first rodeo whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
yeah. I mean, you
have-
realize we could probably sell the like night one tickets for like
We
$6
probably
grand.
could. We could make a killing.
Like it's stupid how much money we could
Yeah,
make.
the amount that we can flip these tickets for is going to be absolutely absurd. All right, Smiley, we don't even know if Midwest Mania is official next year, but apparently it might be.
That's the
the
rumor.
rumor.
If it's Minnesota, I don't know, Ricky. I feel like I'd rather go to Minneapolis than Vegas. And I never thought in the world I would ever say that out loud. but I did.
I have one of my.
You're almost 30. That's why.
I've also been to Vegas a
you
lot.
you go to CES. That's why.
Yeah, I go there. I'm there for like 3 or 4 conferences
Yeah,
a year.
that's why you're tired of Vegas. I get it. I'm not tired of Vegas because I haven't gone there as an adult.
I've never been.
I've never been. If it's Vegas, I'm going.
Yeah, I'm going to
For sure.
Minnesota.
I want to go.
You know, if it is Minnesota, I will be going there as well because close friend of mine grew up in Minnesota, so I'll just call her and be like, "Hey, what do I need to know about Minnesota? Where do I need to go? Give me all the information." Either way, I'll probably go. I know it's the Midwest, so I'm not driving there because Will and I did that drive to the Midwest before, and yeah,
I'm
as
not
fun as it
driving
was,
Minnesota.
probably
Absolutely not. I'm not going around the Great Lakes. All right, that's more than a 12-hour drive.
Chicago is what, 13 when
12.
you guys drove?
10 to 12.
Okay.
We also
Yeah,
drove.
yeah,
We also
it was-
drove at night. Okay.
Yeah, so we left Jersey at like 6:37 Eastern time and arrived at 4 a.m.
Something
Central
like that,
time.
yeah.
That's what we did when we went to Nashville a couple years ago. We left at like 10 p.m. on a Wednesday and got to Nashville
on.
at like 2:30 p.m. the next day.
You drove through. Did you drive the mountains at night in eastern Tennessee?
We didn't. I don't think we went through. I don't remember going through mountains on the way, but the cabin we stayed in post Nashville was in the mountains.
Yeah, well, post Nashville is fine because you get into the more conglomerated part. I'm talking going through Appalachia, it at night. Whoa!
That
I've
screams
done
the
that.
hills up
Yeah.
eyes.
Don't go.
I get. Well, yeah, we were in Virginia. I feel like all night.
Well, Virginia just
Yeah,
sucks
that-
in general as a state.
Oh, it was. I like every time I take a road trip and have to go through Virginia. It's just so brutal. It takes so long.
That's why I went to college in Maryland. I just stopped before Virginia. It's a lot easier that way on my
Like I've
sanity.
driven to Virginia. I've driven to Virginia. I've driven to Georgia, and I've driven to Nashville. It was long.
So the only thing, Kay, I remember about your trip to Nashville is I don't know if it was a story on some social media like Instagram or something, but you posted a story of all of you guys apparently probably going stir crazy at what hour that you guys were driving and doing like these massive like off-tune theme songs of something, just screaming at the top of your lungs.
We were singing "The Circle of Life" by Sunrise.
Probably what it was.
So We still have the playlist from that trip and we still like go back to it. The playlist is mostly musical theater because 3 out of the 4 people in the car are musical theater nerds.
That would make sense. It's a con we are not going to summon Pusha T. Pusha T made a song called Virginia on the Clip's first album. Listen to it. He knows that Virginia's horrible. Anywho, Be Esme, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Will, are you ready?
You know I'm always ready.
So that means no.
Yeah, I'm rolling there, rolling here.
That's all I gotta say about that. Make sure
All
my
right,
phone's
starting
off.
in
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight Music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, ladies and gentlemen, it is the most wonderful week of the pro wrestling calendar. It is WrestleMania week, and Kings of the Rings podcast is putting on our biggest show of the year, because it's the biggest show of the year, every year, highlighting all the things in and around Philadelphia, including Meek Mill, I guess. This week here on the show, we brought a special guest. We've got a gift of a podcast host. Mance has returned for the first time in over a year to help us out with this massive haul that is WrestleMania week. So sit back, relax, get a nice little piece of hydration, a great snack. It's going to be a long ride tonight. Kings of the Rings podcast with Whiz, the WrestleMania Super Show, exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now. Oh, it feels so good to be back. You know why, folks? Because the Yankees are undefeated. The Mets are already playing like trash.
The Mets are defeated.
Stop it.
defeated. It could only
Leave us
mean
alone.
one thing. It is that it is the best part of the calendar year for me. WrestleMania season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 371 with Whiz. I am your host, King Ricky Rose. Thank you guys for joining us. We are live right here on YouTube, Twitter, I don't call it X, and Twitch. Thank you all of you guys for joining us. If you guys like what you are listening to, no one's calling it X. I'm not succumbing to it. I'm sorry. If you like what you're listening to or watching at the moment, please like, share, subscribe, leave us some great 5-star reviews. This is going to be a very, very long show today, and that's why we brought someone back from the grave of the podcasting hollows of Wrestle Addict Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest assistant general manager of all time, an inspiration to anybody who has ever done a solo podcast. You should look up to this man. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Mance Chappell. Mance, welcome back, sir.
Well, thank you. You know, it's a big week when you dust off the old man. I got one podcast in me a year now, and here it is. It's good to be here. It's WrestleMania week. I'm actually interested this year. Tons going on. And I have the entire weekend off, so I'm doing nothing but staring at a TV.
That is
yeah.
absolutely great. With me, as always, previously seen partying with P. Diddy. Oh, my goodness. It's Will Tarashak. How are you?
So I just typed in x.com and you're not going to like where it brings you. It brings you straight to Twitter.
Oh, goodness.
Crazy.
If you type in xx.com, it's like, hey, you can buy his domain name. If you type in xxx.com, you get exactly what you think about.
Hi-yo.
And yeah, good thing I don't have an account there. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised you type in x.com, it automatically brings you to Twitter. You think someone would have bought x.com as a domain name, or Elon just fucking change it to x.com. So, yeah, it's still twitter.com. So calling it Twitter is still appropriate.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Certainly.
I'm Will Tashik, by the way.
Do you know who you are?
SHUK. Good to see everybody.
And finally, back, I think on a more permanent basis now, but our schedule is going to be changing. The EST of KOTR, Mix Murphy, Kayfabe. How are you?
Hi, everybody. I'm glad to be
I feel
back.
your enthusiasm from here.
I smoked a blunt right before this.
Slapping.
We're going to have a lot of
Majesty.
that this week.
I smoked a blunt this right before this, and I will have to take an edible about halfway through because that's my bedtime gummy. So we're just gonna hope for the best.
I'm going to try my damnedest to help you survive this haul of a show, because we do have a lot to go through today. We got some predictions to do. We got to continue our prediction war. Man, you're obviously going to join us in that prediction war as well. So let's get into all of it right now. WrestleMania is packed. WrestleMania weekend is packed. You know how packed it is? I'm going to show you this graphic right here. WWE just released this yesterday.
It's a fucking six-pack, dude. Look at this shit.
The WrestleMania week schedule from Monday, April Fool's Day, which is yesterday.
Oh, dude, the bump? The bump is on Thursday? Let's go to the bump.
Okay. It is...
Why is the bump on here?
Because the bump got bumped from Wednesdays on YouTube to now Thursdays. Going to go live from WWE World. If you look at this whole thing, you have Raw yesterday in Brooklyn, fantastic show by the way. NXT tonight as we're recording the show on April 2nd. WWE Speed for 3-minute match show, which is produced by Pete Dunne. The Bump, WWE World on Thursday. WrestleMania kickoff, SmackDown, Hall of Fame Friday, NXT Stand and Deliver, Countdown to WrestleMania, which is the damn pre-show, WrestleMania Night 1 Saturday. The Slammies are Sunday morning. Countdown to WrestleMania again, WrestleMania Night 2 on Sunday. Monday, Raw After Mania in Philly. It's about 30 plus hours of WWE content in a week span. Live content, by the way.
Oh my God.
Live
That's a
content.
lot.
Yes.
I'm
Too much.
getting old because I look at this, I'm like, fuck half of this.
I am not watching most
Dude,
of
me
that.
too. Me too. I'm gonna be there for most of it.
It's so true.
Like I have no desire to watch NXT, and yet I'm going.
I think you'll enjoy it.
I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be fucking awesome. I can't wait.
Is this your first NXT show since Mania 35?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
This is my first Mania. This is my first NXT since it went to the rainbow colors like 3 years
Oh yeah,
ago.
well they went to the rainbow covers for like 2 seconds and they went back to black and
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah, but I haven't been to an actual NXT show probably since, what was that? Was that NXT? No, it wasn't NXT 25. I saw that on TV. It might have been the Survivor Series weekend, War Games.
Sounds about right. Okay.
Yeah, 2019.
Oh, you
2019.
when we were in Chicago. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, that was probably my last NXT
Yeah,
show.
no, it's a lot of stuff, and we are going to try to cover most of the stuff, or at least the important things. There's a lot that is going on this week. And first and foremost, we're going to kick it off with the thing that most of us go to WrestleMania for, is to buy some freaking merch. Okay, WWE shop, the WWE Superstore. I'll break it down to you real quick right now. It's a WWE shop come to life. It's really what it is.
It really is.
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
The amount of merchandise that they're going to bring to the store, and they're in a convention center this time. It is a massive undertaking. This is where you are probably going to lose most of your money, is in the Superstore. There's going to be custom stuff for Mania. Every wrestling belt you can imagine, is where I lose all of my money every time I go to Mania, is going to be at the store. A lot of exclusive things, a lot of one-on-ones. Just ask our old host Dave. He buys a lot of one-on-ones there. I swear to you, in Orlando, my God, he left with like 2 bags, like 2 trash bags worth of merch. It was.
I'll never
Yeah.
forget him trying to
Yeah,
ship
he does
that
do that.
fucking print in Brooklyn.
Thank God for Charles. For that.
Dude, I'll never forget leaving Royal Rumble. He had 3 belts in his hand, but not one for
And
his
his pants
pants.
kept falling
His
down.
pants kept falling down.
Pants kept falling down. It was. Oh my God! I'm gonna have that image in my head when we're in Philly again.
It was so funny. It was so funny. It was so fucking funny.
He was struggling.
The Superstore, I mean, aside from the ability to spend all your money, which they got me in New Orleans, they got most of it in New York.
Yep.
In New Orleans, I'm walking in there and I turn a corner and there's Chico Okada just hanging out.
Oh, I heard about
And
that.
I was like, what the hell's happening right now? Thought I was having a moment. and he didn't buy anything, but he was literally just enjoying the shop. And I was like, I thought all weekend, is he Braun Strowman's tag team partner? No,
Nope, it was
it was a
Nicholas.
10-year-old kid. It was
It
Nicholas.
was Nicholas.
Womp
Here's the thing.
womp.
There are
Womp
some important
womp.
things that you need to buy at the store, especially if you are going to Mania. It's actually maybe one thing. Well, I'll give you two. The most important thing is they sell a clear bag. And if you're going to any freaking event that weekend, buy yourself a $5 clear bag and don't struggle for the rest of your weekend in Philadelphia.
That's what I did.
Seriously. Yeah.
Yeah. You can get in. You can get anywhere with it.
Yeah.
I still use mine.
Otherwise, they're gonna stop you and they might make you check your bag, which is really weird to say,
Yeah.
but they do.
That happens. The other.
I was
AEW made me do it. My backpack. They made me put it like I couldn't bring it into the
Yeah.
building for Arthur Ashe. Really
That is
weird.
weird.
I remember for Mania 35, I had that clear flounder backpack.
I
that
remember, Sebastian, you were so happy about that, and they made you.
Flounder. Yeah, Mania was the only event that, because MetLife would not let us have backpacks, so I had to fucking put it back in the car.
Mhm.
But every other venue let me have it. It was so good. But I think I bought the clear bag like in the parking lot.
Something like, yeah. So save yourself the hassle and buy yourself a clear bag. The second thing that you want to do, just because it's for a good cause, Connor's Cures bracelets. They're like $5. It's like the last $5 you're going to spend at the shop because you know why? They put it at the freaking checkout and they bait
Sorry to
you.
register.
They bait you with it. They bait you with it, and you're gonna buy it. It's for a good cause. It's for the kids. It's one of the only things WWE still does for the kids these days. Now that blood is back, so there's that. Also, the thing about the Superstar, I'm gonna let you guys in on a really big secret at this as well. A lot of the people at the Superstar are local volunteers, so that's how we get back to the local economy. Also, if you talk to the right one, there are discount codes. Okay, so if you're nice enough, you may be able to get away with some discounts there, and I will leave it at that because I pulled that trick before.
Ricky, I swear to Christ, you should be a travel planner.
You would be a great Disney travel agent.
Don't tempt me. I'll
Travel
leave
agent, that's what I
I'll
was
leave that
looking
to
for.
Ann. He's the Disney travel agent at this point with his new venture
Facts.
at the moment. The other good thing about the WWE Superstore in and of itself, or the WrestleMania Superstore in of itself, is that it is separate from the revamped access. So it is open to the public. You can go in there anytime you want. You don't have to go to WWE World or anything like that. So it is totally separate. You can walk in, walk out. Open to the public. Hours are posted online. I'm not going to get into that. Speaking of which, WWE World is the newest venture. It's the revamped access because Fanatics is sponsoring it. You guys know Fanatics, the maker of bad baseball jersey pants.
Fucking and shirts, dude. You see Rodon sweating his tits off?
Yeah.
Like what is this jersey made of? Like actual cotton? Like the fuck is going on with these jerseys?
Yes. So WWE World is essentially their revamped access, and Fanatics is fronting the money for it. From what I've gathered from this and WWE World right now is that they're going back to a more traditional model of access. So the last time I was at Mania was in Dallas, the return of Cody. It was you paid like $10 and it was an all weekend pass. And they combined the Superstore and the access stuff kind of together. And any of the like exhibits or anything like they had an Undertaker exhibit, you had to pay money to go into and stuff like that. And there was a bunch of free stuff. This time around, we're doing more of a traditional model where it is you pay for a session or you pay for a day or like an evening ticket or whatever. And you go in and you have all of this stuff and the activities and stuff vary for each day. And you'll also have the opportunity to get autographs and get pictures. So it's going to remind me, I believe, Will, since you are going to be there, it's going to remind me a little bit more of when we were in New York. So remember when we were in New York and you had to be online to get all the pictures? Okay, you were there too as well, obviously. And then you had the autograph line, you had the photo lines. That's what it seems like it's going to be. And luckily for you guys, there is a lot of different things going on each day. So I'm going to pull this up right now. I'm going to tell you exactly what the show's going to feature. You're going to have Superstar Row with all the autographs and stuff like that, and autograph stages and pictures. There's going to be a kids zone because WWE is for the kids, remember, where you can do kid stuff, a DIY craft zone, a dance floor, face paint for the kids. Will, you should get your face painted.
I'll do it. Why not?
This isn't
Make me like Ultimate Warrior. It'll be fun.
horrible. We're gonna have to buy you tassels. You can just like run around.
You're like, who do you want your face to be painted like? Eric Bischoff.
The interesting thing here, I think this might interest you probably, Kay, more so than anybody else here. They're having here, what I'm reading is a tattoo pavilion.
What?
So it says, take your fandom to the next level with our friends from Ink Fusion Empire. Take your pick from one of our pre-designed tattoos and get inked up that WWE world.
Stop! I would
I
absolutely
would
do that.
totally do that.
So
I almost got tattooed at this music festival I went to over the summer. I ended up like being like, no, I'm getting a dog. I have to be responsible.
so that's gonna be
But I'm
every day of
into that.
WWE world, and I don't know if it's like. It seems like it's actually legit tattoos that they're doing, so I don't know if it's what the prices are going to be or if it's part of like your general admission ticket. I'm very interested to see how that's going to go down.
My guess is you would probably pay
Tip.
for the tattoo.
Maybe,
Yeah.
and then
Doesn't it take like a while to do tattoos?
depends on the
though?
tattoo.
The flash is probably little to no color, and it's like probably simple line work. It's not going to be a fucking crazy portrait.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be anything wild. I don't think.
Like, I could see them doing like Punk's logo, like
WWE
Yeah,
logo.
Yeah.
Probably the DX, the NWO, just simple stuff that you should not get tattooed on your body, but you're there and you're gonna.
Yeah, pretty much.
I want CM Punk's Pepsi logo.
Pepsi Punk. Smiley's
I want a tattoo for Punk, but I don't know what I would get.
Smiley's bringing up
Pepsi.
Smiley's bringing up a good reminder for you.
I know, I
Biff-
saw.
You ran when you saw Biff Busick.
Dude, he's like, that's not my
Oh
name.
yeah.
He got like so upset. Oni
Yeah.
Lorcan.
Good old Biff.
Hey man, you're biffed. You're still biffed now. I bet if I say it now, he'll be like, hey, thanks, man.
Also here at the WWE World every day is obviously going to be able to do superstar entrances, which are always fun to watch when people try to do our entrances
They are fun to watch.
of different superstars. It's kind of a cool thing. So those are the everyday events. On day one, Thursday, is going to be the 2K4 gaming tournament. 2K24 gaming tournament. It's going to be done live.
I haven't bought it yet.
What's up?
I haven't bought it yet.
I'm probably buying it there.
I'm buying it. End of April, I'm buying it.
You also have the main stage because they're going to be like it's going to be an interesting con type of vibe. The main stage is going to have Cody Rhodes and Rey Mysterio. Friday, the day we're going, the Pat McAfee show, the world famous Pat McAfee show on ESPN.
Are you
Yeah,
going
that's
to
gonna be
see
good.
the Pat McAfee?
It is
show?
going. We are. Will myself and Sir Charles are all going to be there. On Friday, the Pat McAfee show is going to be streaming live from WWE World. Triple H is the special guest as well for that. Good old Paul Levesque. That same day, you're going to have the Up Up Down Down Xavier Woods gaming YouTube page, the Up Up Down Down live stream with Xavier Woods, Tyler Breeze, who was miraculously still employed by WWE.
He is?
Yeah. I don't know what surprising like witchcraft Xavier Woods pulled, but Tyler Breeze is contracted to WWE as he's the guy who was Xavier Woods' partner on the YouTube page. So he's literally there just to do the YouTube stuff. Mhm.
Really? I
That's
thought he was a trainer
fascinating.
still.
He has his own school. He owns flatbacks with Sean Spears.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Sean Spears is
Smart.
employed there now.
Yes,
too,
he
which
does.
is awesome.
He
Yes,
wrestles.
he does.
He wrestles.
This is insane.
And then on the main stage that day on Friday is going to be Becky and Seth. Saturday, Drew McIntyre is going to take the main stage with Randy Orton and Charlotte Flair. We're doing a panel on Saturday about the Bray Wyatt documentary. Interesting. Sunday is the Slammies. Slammy's going to be streaming live.
This is a Christmas tradition. They're messing with the holidays.
Listen, I'd rather have it at Mania than any time other than that.
I think it would make sense to do it at SummerSlam.
SummerSlam Slammies. I get it.
Slammies.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley's going to be on the main stage on Sunday, and then for all you figureheads, CM Punk is going to be doing the WWE Mattel Elite Squad panel because they got to give Punk something to do. Monday, because remember this is also on Monday. It's just Bianca Belair, Jey Uso, and LA Knight, which maybe give away somebody who win on those nights of WrestleMania for them. But now, what we're all actually waiting for is who are you going to be able to take photos and autographs and get autographs from for every day of WWE World. On Thursday, you will be able to get photos from Pete Dunne, Carlito, Don't Hinder Jinder, Jinder Mahal.
Hell yeah.
I'm so pissed about that.
Hell yeah.
Dragon Lee, Chelsea Green, my third favorite Canadian, Maxine Dupree, Johnny Gargano. I have like 7 pictures with him. JD McDonough, Tommaso Ciampa, and Ivy Nile. You will be able to get autographs from on Thursday from Finn Balor. This breaks my heart. Jade Cargill. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Autographs from Kofi Kingston, Bobby Lashley, The Miz, Shinsuke Nakamura, Damian Priest, and AJ Styles. Those you
Autograph only.
autograph only. Photos are who I said earlier, which is Pete Dunne, Carlito, Jinder, Dragon,
Yep,
Chelsea.
I heard that.
All right. Friday, when we're going well, get yourself ready. Friday, you'll be able to get pictures with Grayson Waller, who you don't know. Yeah, Grayson
Okay.
Waller, MVP, which is a very big cool get.
Nice.
MVP, Zelina Vega, Otis, Candice LeRae, Apollo Crews, Tyler Bates, Karrion Kross, Yes Will, and also Scarlett, and Roxanne Perez, who's going to be featured later on the next day at Stand and Deliver. We'll be able to get autographs from on Friday. This is actually pretty excited for this. From Big E, from Gunther, from JBL.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good list right
Nia
there.
Jax, Naomi, Austin Theory, and Sami Zayn for Friday
cool.
autographs. Very excited about Saturday. Saturday photos will be from Carl Anderson, Hot Asian Wife Not Included, Zoe Stark, Julius and Brutus Creed, Meech and Mia Yim, Piper Niven, B-Fab, Katana Chance, and Kaden Carter, and Joe Gacy as well.
No.
Saturday autographs include Carmella, who apparently is ready to go. Sonya Deville, Daddy Deville, Chad Gable, Omos, who was in a food eating challenge with Otis on YouTube live earlier today. Bronson Reed, Io Sky, and Big Burly Braun Strowman, who's probably also ready to go. Oh man! All right, photos for Sunday include Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Ludwig Kaiser, Giovanni Vinci, Andrade, Tyler Breeze, Indy Hartwell, Obafemi, who you will love when you see him live, Will, Thea Hale, and Odyssey Jones. Sunday autographs include Baron Corbin, DDP, Raquel Rodriguez, Tiffy Stratton, and R-Truth. Monday, photos from the last day of WWE World will include Cora Jade, Trick Williams, Tegan Knox, Luke Gallows, Rich Holland, who I thought retired, Akam and Razor of AOP, Alba Fire, Noam Dar, Alicia Fox, and Lyra Valkyria. And Monday autographs will include the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, King Coda, Dakota Kai, Liv Morgan, Kevin Owens, Kyrie Sane, and Xavier Woods. That is the exhaustive list of photographs and autographs for WWE World. Card obviously subject to change. Will, what are your thoughts on that?
Dude, I think the only photo I want is of Raquel Rodriguez's back. Just her doing the back pose. The picture of me just going, holy shit. That's it. I honestly, I don't like paying for photos. It's just a weird thing I have. It's hard to, and this was like Superfly Snooker again, not Superfly Snooker, the other one, the Dragon.
Yeah, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Softest hands
ever, my
business.
goodness.
So there's very few people I'd actually want to pay for a picture for. I'm cool with just going up, shaking their hand, saying hi. Autograph is different. I'll put money down for an autograph. But yeah, the only person I want a picture with is Raquel Rodriguez.
Well, you're gonna have to pay for another day of WWE World. Kay, who are you most excited to not be able to see?
Right.
I am most excited to not see R-Truth.
Really?
Because we love him.
Oh, okay.
I would love, if I were to have met anybody that weekend, it would have been R-Truth.
Fair enough. Didn't you get a picture with R-Truth? Oops, sorry, where are you? Didn't you get a picture with R-Truth?
I did not. No.
No, you didn't.
I didn't meet R-Truth.
Thought
I
you
did not meet R-Truth.
Were you not with us
No,
that
who do you
day? Because I have a picture with R-Truth from Access.
When the fuck did you meet R-Truth?
At Access in New York.
The same day I went? Didn't you go more than once?
I think yes, we did, but I also
I
You
only
did go
went
more
on,
than once.
I went on
I don't-
Monday.
yeah, I don't remember when it was.
I don't. I'm
I
trying to remember
would
if I
remember
remember
meeting R-Truth.
R-Truth being there.
Yeah,
I remember we met Ali. What's his name?
Mustafa.
Mustafa.
But that was in New Orleans.
Oh, that was in New Orleans.
Yeah,
Fuck
it was
yeah.
in New Orleans. It's when he first got into WWE. But Mr. Mance here, sir. Who would you be excited to see at WWE World of that exhausted list?
Of that exhausted list, you gave me one name. Two names hit my ears and sounded like someone I really want to meet. One, Jade Cargill.
Oh, yes.
But Diamond Dallas Page.
Okay.
A man I've watched since I've met so many of the WCW guys over the years doing WrestleManias and WrestleCon and whatnot. Never come across Diamond Dallas Page, and that was a name that struck me as okay, that's the one I want to meet.
Very fair. Very fair. I've met DDP. He's a big man. He's like 6'5".
Tall.
Very, very
Yeah.
tall.
And he was in the land of giants, so I'm thinking, he's probably average height person.
No, he's not. He is not. He'll probably also try to promo DDP yoga, which does wonders, I will admit.
I already have the book and the discs in the house, so
Yes.
you can't get it.
Dude, he loves hawking.
He
shit.
does.
He
That
loves
line
hawking
was
yoga.
so long for DDP because he wouldn't stop talking.
Yeah,
but it
was
worked
really
out because
long.
we were all really hung over.
Greatest cheeseburger I've ever had.
So
at
glad
10
you said
a.m.
over.
Yeah, we were very hungover. That's when we first met you. We did the show in the loft, and we were all wrecked from the night before.
I wasn't. This was pre-Delight days.
It
so
was pre-Delight days.
I was designated driving Ant's ass all over New Orleans.
I'm so sorry.
I made a little bit of coin from those idiots.
As you should have. Speaking of WWE World, as we obviously, like we said before earlier, the Slammy Awards are going to be streaming live from WWE World on Sunday. And I figured, since we're doing a lot of predictions, it's really hard to predict bonus stuff for WrestleMania and things like that in general, seeing we're doing kind of double predictions. So I thought our bonus points for our predictions for all of the pay-per-views and PLEs will be predicting the winner of all the Slammies. So that's what we are going to do right now. There are 11 categories of Slammies. There's about 13 matches on Mania. There's an extra like 4 or 5 matches on Stand and Deliver. It is a big point weekend for this prediction battle.
Jesus Christ.
Currently, Will is leading the pack at 17. I am at 15. Kayfabe, you are at 13. So it is still anybody's game right now. So let's start with the bonus points for the Slammy, starting with Female Superstar of the Year. Your choices are Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Io Sky, and Becky Lynch. Mance, you don't have a fight in this, but who would you pick for Female Superstar of the Year?
I mean, how would one pick anyone but Rhea Ripley from that list? Yes, Bayley won the Royal Rumble. Yes, Io is the not SmackDown champion,
WWE
women's champion. But you don't not pick Mommy off that list, so it is Rhea Ripley.
Fair enough. Kayfabe.
I am also picking Mommy because obviously.
Very good. Mr. Tarashuk.
This is not as easy for me.
Oh.
Because it's hard to argue against Becky Lynch.
Ooh.
She's had more memorable feuds, right? The whole thing with Nia is better. Her matches, honestly, have had more builds than Rhea Ripley's work. If you're going off character development and who I want to see on TV, it is Rhea Ripley, because her character work with Judgment Day is so good. Her promos are so good. She helped get Dom to be over as a major heel so well. The problem with Rhea Ripley is she has no one to work with. She has no one to dance with. I can't tell you who she beat other than like Zelina Vega in Puerto Rico in like hey, you're a fan favorite match. She hasn't had many characters and stories around this title outside of Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch has always been relevant. You want to see her. She had that whole thing with Trish. She made the women's division relevant and gave us something, Ricky, we have wanted on the show for years, which is a women's feud without the title. And Becky Lynch had fucking 2 of them. It's Becky Lynch.
All right. I'm not going to think with my brain. I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley. So, moving.
That's fair enough. To be fair, on WWE.com, I vote for Rhea Ripley.
Can I piggyback off Will saying that
ahead.
Rhea hasn't had much? I don't think that Rhea hasn't had much because they're still not done with her. Like, I think they're saving her for Jade. Like, Jade and Rhea is fucking money. Like, just because she hasn't had as many memorable feuds compared to Becky does not mean she's not going to. Like, it's coming.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Like, it's like any problem I have, a quote unquote problem with Rhea Ripley, it's not her fault.
No, not at all.
Like, everything she has been giving, she has knocked out of the park. She just hasn't been given enough to really elevate that title.
Nerd.
I wish we could soundbite that. That was really good. Moving on.
Oh, I can. Let me mark your audio.
Moving on, we have Male Superstar of the Year, which will consist of Adrenaline in My Soul, Something Something, Cody Rhodes, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, Seth, I Don't Know How to Dress Freaking Rollins, Gunther, and Logan Paul is also in the mix. So we're gonna go backwards here. This one's actually pretty hard, but again, not thinking with my brain. Cody Rhodes. Will Tarashak, who do you have?
I agree, Cody Rhodes. Roman hasn't been on TV enough, and Seth, he's just annoying. I'm sorry, Seth, dude.
That's
it's just
not
like
annoying.
Seth, I like Seth, but it's just like he's such a dude. Seth is such a fucking pick me.
Well, Seth, I mean, in Seth's defense, he did pick his way to a world title. It is the shut up Seth Rollins, here's a world title. He got what he wanted.
Like, he's
it worked.
Great. Yeah, he's great, but it's like, dude, you're such a fucking pick me. Like, I'm sorry, it's true. The guy I said was better has had a better year. I forget who it was, but Cody. Yeah, Cody. He's a big baby face. He's a massive baby face.
Kayfabe, are you going to join us?
He's the one you want to
join us and be a Cody crybaby?
Who are the other nominees? Cody, Seth, Roman,
Logan
who?
Paul, and Gunther.
It's definitely not Logan Paul. I feel like it's Cody also. Like, he's done a lot. He's going to continue to do a lot. Roman's, like Will said, Roman's never on TV. Logan Paul's an idiot.
Yeah,
really
smart
good,
idiot, though.
So good.
Gunther's
I
close,
hate that
though.
Prime is a fucking ad.
I hate it too.
It is what it is.
I hate it too. Mance, who do you got? Who you got as Male Superstar of the Year? Give us some clarity here.
If we're going strictly off actual what has happened this year, you can go Cody Rhodes, but honestly, Gunther is the most prolific of them and had the best match of the last year. Granted, it was a year ago, the triple threat at Mania.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Gunther. I'm probably wrong, but my heart says Gunther, and we're going to go that way.
Fair enough.
And you didn't say LA Knight as one of the candidates.
Because he's not one of the candidates, yeah.
He's not. They dropped the ball.
He's not at all. Next, we're going to go to an interesting category, Best Entrances. Who had the best entrance this year? You have Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Bianca Belair, Seth Rollins, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, The Rock, or Dominic Mysterio from WrestleMania 39, the Prison Dom entrance. So,
I loved Prison Dom.
So, Mance, it's on you.
I forgot that happened.
Okay, so they're establishing we can go all the way back to Mania last year.
Correct, yes.
In that case, it is Bianca Belair and her troupe of dancers. They tell a story about the little girl. How do you not pick that? It's Bianca Belair. It has to be.
Fair enough, kayfabe.
I would agree Bianca, but also where the fuck is Punk? Sorry.
He didn't do anything. He walked out and some guy yelled Chicago 44th time in his ear.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
That's all you had, dude. Like, you're on TV. You get what you want. You just gotta say Chicago. We know where you are, dude. It's kind of like your thing. Like,
He loves
get
Chicago.
Yeah. Oh my god.
My heart picks CM Punk yelling Chicago 1,000 times, but I'm actually gonna pick Bianca as well.
Okay. Well, who do you got?
What were the other options? It was Cody. Cody what?
It's Cody. The only thematic entrance is Dom Dom from WrestleMania 39.
Oh, okay. So it's just over. It's not specific entrance. It's just a
Like their
overall
general
entrance.
entrance of the year.
Yeah.
God, it's so stupid. That's a stupid award. It should be a specific entrance. Yeah. I mean, the woe is so huge.
I can't wait
They're
to.
probably
I
gonna
cannot
do
wait to
Cody.
hear the woe at Mania. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah. Honestly, can I pick the woe and not Cody? Can I pick specifically the woe?
It's Cody. So you're picking Cody.
It's Cody. I'm
You're picking
picking
Cody. That's
I'm
perfectly
picking
fine.
Cody.
I
Yeah.
want to pick Cody, but The Rock's new entrance is absolutely absurd.
Oh, it's so good.
It is.
It is excellent. I can't wait to see that at WrestleMania.
Jesus Christ. I feel like they're going to have like a giant Liberty Bell because I refuse to see the stage before we're actually there. But I have a feeling they're going to do like a giant Liberty Bell and he's going to like crack the bell with like a lightning strike or something like that. That
It's going to be so
It's going to be
ridiculous.
so absurd. So absurd. Oh, I cannot wait. All right. Next one on the docket. We have, this is where you're going to pick CM Punk kayfabe, so I'm not going to say anything. Return of a year. Return of a year, CM Punk.
It's CM Punk.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's CM
all right.
Punk.
Anybody
It's
else
CM.
care? All right,
We
cool.
can move on.
I'm trying to think of a joke. I can't even think of a joke.
Yeah. The other honorable mentions are The Rock, Nia Jax, Randy Orton, or Naomi. Naomi's a close second for me.
Randy
Nia
Orton was
Jax.
really good because I kept thinking, wow, he is
Huge.
fucking humongous.
Yeah,
He is
Randy's
Somebody
so
overplayed
good.
Randy
big.
Orton.
Yeah. Naomi's a close second, but it's gonna be Punk in a clean sweep, so we're just gonna move on from that.
The problem with
I mean,
Naomi,
the Rock, I would say which time because The Rock, like when Pat McAfee introduced him out of nowhere and he has destroyed Austin Theory, that one was a great return.
the problem with Naomi is that 6 minutes later, Jordan Grace overshadowed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes later, Jade Cargill came out and stole the show.
Yes, I broke that one too.
Yeah. So there's all of that. The next one is Faction of the Year. And Faction of the Year consists of The Judgment Day, A Thank You, Alpha Academy, Imperium, The Bloodline, and Damage Control. Let's think about this
Am I
one.
first?
We're gonna go to you, Mance.
Okay. God, I want to say Judgment or Damage Control so bad, but I really think it's Judgment Day because they're still holding those titles. All four of them have been champions. They've all got major matches at WrestleMania. It's just Judgment Day.
Yeah. Will, are you agreeing?
I'm agreeing because I'm going to also add that all of them are over, right? Every single one of them. Is Dakota Kai over, really? But Judgment Day, all of them are over, and they had R-Truth to keep that going a little bit extra longer. And the R-Truth is like that 60 minutes walk with ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be in Judgment Day. It was just fucking ridiculous.
This must be what Genuine felt when he wrote Pony.
Yes. like, what are you talking about? So if you include R-Truth, it's a Judgment Day.
Kayfabe, who do you got?
I am including R-Truth,
So
and
Judgment
I am
Day.
voting for the Judgment Day. I'm sorry, R-Truth. The Judgment Day was doing great without R-Truth, but R-Truth has just put them to another level.
That is
And
true.
R-Truth for me is must-see TV every week.
He is. He's the reason that the rating and R-Truth came back at Survivor Series and he wasn't even in the category at all, which is kind of a shame. Kind of a shame. I hope somewhere Adam Copeland is happy because his experiment worked.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, Matt Cardona beat the shit out of him, so he may not be terribly happy, but
and the crowd went mild because there was not that many people there. But be that as it
those 46 people were thrilled.
They're on the edge of their seats. Absolute edge of their seats. Next is Rivalry of the Year. So, best Rivalry of the Year. We got Seth freaking Rollins, who doesn't actually care about Drew McIntyre, so that's technically a rivalry. Dirty Dom versus Ray. Bianca versus Damage Control. Didn't even know that was a thing. Roman versus Cody. And R-Truth versus Judgment Day. Hey, are you going on the R-Truth train still?
Yeah, I am.
I understand. Will Tarashak.
It's hard to vote against Roman Cody. But I loved Dom and Ray. I thought Dom and Ray was so good because Dom is still getting booed out the ass out of
Do
every
you
single
know?
building. And
Do you know how over Dom getting booed is?
Oh, it's
No,
so
no, no.
over.
You didn't see the video, did you? He got
No.
booed at his own wedding.
It's so
I did
funny.
see that. I did see that. Yeah, Damian Priest started booing
Yeah.
with the wedding, which fucking
Yeah.
amazing. So I gotta go Ray Dom because Dom has been elevated so much, and to have it rivalry of the year, I think a rivalry needs to finish, and Cody's and Roman's is still ongoing.
Yeah, fair enough. Man, Chapel, who you got?
That last point you just made about a rivalry needs to be finished, and the story isn't finished. I'm gonna have to go with R-Truth and the Judgment Day because that one is finished, and it worked out pretty well for the Miz somehow.
Yeah. Awesome. Will, you get to see Awesome Truth.
That's cool.
With their really crappy handshakes. All right, this is probably gonna be a category that Mance and I know pretty much better than anybody else here. NXT Superstar of the Year. We have Ilya Dragunov, him known as Carmelo Hayes, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffy Time and Tiffany Stratton, and Braun Breaker. So, Mance, I'm putting this to you.
Hang on. Include Trick Williams?
It did not include Trick Williams. It's very disappointing.
That list is incorrect. However, it makes my decision easier. It's Tiffany Stratton. Tiffy Time.
That is a good point. Kayfabe, try your hardest. Flip a coin if you have to.
I actually was also going to say Tiff Stratton just because she went up to the main roster this year,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure she'll do very well eventually.
Yeah, I mean they trusted her so much they put her in Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
she's very over.
Yeah,
yeah, she's doing well, and they're already trusting her with important matches.
yeah. I didn't know she was a
So
freaking.
she's doing something right.
I didn't know she was pretty much on the Olympic gymnastics team or was in the finals for it.
Oh, that's crazy! I didn't know that either.
Yeah, she's Tiffany Stratton is what Dana Brooke was supposed to be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Find the lie. Find the lie.
And
There is no lie.
Ash
That is
Elegance
very
is
accurate.
not right now. So
Yes, exactly. So Will Tarashak, who are you going with?
I'm gonna go with Carmelo Hayes. He's the one you talk about the
Yeah,
most.
because he was Christian Casanova because we sponsored his final match on the Indies.
Yeah, but he's the one. As someone who doesn't watch NXT, Carmelo Hayes has the most buzz by far. When Tiffany debuted, I knew nothing about her. I maybe knew her.
She had a
name.
fantastic match with Becky.
yes.
Yeah, and now she is very much someone I know now. They did a very good job of making me know her, not forgetting her. And she's definitely going to be over for a very long time. But I just never knew anything about her. Carmelo Hayes, I know a lot about, and I don't watch the product, so it's got to be Carmelo.
He is him. I'm going to go with Mello as well, just because we sponsored his match. That's kind of also the reason I'm upset he's not on our day for autographs and photos.
Yeah.
He'll be like, hey, we sponsored your last match before you went to the Indies. Before you went to NXT. We're part of your success story, sir. He DM'd us too when he found out we sponsored his stuff. So he's really happy for that. Next category, which apparently is not the final category in this order, Match of the Year. Okay, so Match of the Year categories. We're going to start with you, Kayfabe. Match of the Year categories include San Benito Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest at the San Juan street fight from Backlash. Roman versus Sammy at Elimination Chamber in Montreal. Gunther versus Chad Gable for the IC title on Raw when he made his daughter cry real tears. Asuka versus Bianca versus Charlotte triple threat at SummerSlam. And Charlotte versus Rhea from WrestleMania 39. Have at it, Kay.
Huh. That's hard. I fucking loved Bad Bunny and Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the Puerto Rico pay-per-view overall, but I will have to say my match of the year was Roman and Sammy.
That massacre that it was. I get it.
Oh my god, it was beautiful.
It's a beautiful destruction. Will Tarashok.
Depends what you like more about wrestling, the story or the wrestling. Typically I go with the story, but this time I'm going with the wrestling. Charlotte and Rhea completely stole the show.
Yeah, man.
They're like, yeah, the tag team match is coming on next that everyone wants to see. We're just gonna make you wish you have to wait a little bit longer to see it first.
Yeah,
that match is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. I watched that the other day. They were streaming it on YouTube. I watched that the other day. Mance Chapel, who do you got?
Whoever makes this list of nominations, we got heat.
I know which one. I know which one you're missing. It's the triple threat for the IC title.
Triple threat for Mania for the IC title.
Yep.
It was the best match of the year, but
I agree.
It's not on the list. I'm going with what I consider the second best WWE match of the year, and that is Gunther and Chad Gable. My God. And the only way it could have been better is if Chad Gable had won the title, but it wouldn't give us the rest of the year. But it's still, of this list, my match of the year.
Very fair. Very fair. I wish the IC title triple threat was on there, but it's not. But the Sammy Roman story was great. The Charlotte Rhea match has staying power because it was a fantastic match built on a crap story. And it took everybody by storm.
Yep, exactly. Exactly what
It's
happened.
a fantastic match over on a crap story. Which is a shame to both of them, but they made it work in the weirdest way possible to the point where I was like, we need Charlotte Rhea 2 or Charlotte Rhea 3 technically at Vicious Mania. Obviously, it did not occur. And Charlotte's busy literally grilling in Mexico. If you've seen the videos on TikTok, it's fantastic.
She's doing a decent job.
She's doing a great job. I'm not going to lie. Andrade spun her well. But I'm going to go with Charlotte and Rhea as well with this. Three more categories to go in our bonus things. So it'll be really a pain to kind of figure out a couple weeks afterwards. We have the OMG moment of the year, the thing that made you say, oh my God.
Not a goddamn one of them.
Okay, wait. Before you read the list.
Yes.
Shane McMahon's leg falling off at WrestleMania and then Snoop Dogg winning the match.
It's not there.
God, I forgot
that was
happened.
so funny.
It was the last thing I liked about that
I forgot
WrestleMania.
about that too.
Oh my God. Okay. We have Ray punches Dom on SmackDown before Mania when he hit his mom.
That is a fucking great one.
Your choice is already there. CM Punk returning at Survivor Series. I know your choice. Okay. Io Sky cashing in at SummerSlam. The Rock slapping Cody Rhodes at the press conference.
Oof. That's a good one too.
Yeah. Damage Control turning on Bailey, and then Cody Rhodes slapping The Rock. It's okay. I know you're taking CM Punk's return. I don't blame you. I am also going to go with CM Punk's return.
Cody slapping The Rock was great, though.
Yeah, you know why Cody slapping The Rock was great? Because The Rock had an audible reaction to getting slapped in the face. Like, it was awesome.
Keep my wife's name. Oh, wait.
wrong guy. All right, so
it's CM Punk.
Yeah, it's gotta be Punk.
It's CM Punk.
I think I screamed in my microphone when Punk returned. I must have woke my neighbors.
It was a late night at work because it was right after Thanksgiving. We were backed up. I worked at the postal office for people who don't know. And so I'm at my desk watching Survivor Series on my phone. And in the middle of this empty, echoous post office, you could have just heard me go, son of a bitch. Because I never thought it, like, Kay and I were texting during the show.
Yeah.
And there was no way. And we had both given up. Because they had put the little logo in the screen.
The lower third.
And you should know better because that's.
I'm mad I fell for it.
We all did.
We all did. We shouldn't because that's when Ciampa killed Gargano.
Yes,
that's
it is.
when Owens killed Sammy.
Yes,
Oh,
it
yeah,
is.
the good
And so,
graphic.
and then it kicked on, and nope. If it's not that moment, then my standards are way too high.
I was about to turn it off.
We all were.
Yeah,
we all were.
Dude, the next one is going to be it fades to black and then it comes back.
like an end credit scene from Marvel.
Yes, literally. Because they have done that, like the lower third graphic a few times in the past few years. They gotta fade it to black, and then Michael Cole goes, "Oh my god!" and they gotta rush to bring it back.
I would like that.
They did the Marvel thing at the end of the Bray documentary.
Oh, I did. I heard about that. So yeah, there's that. I remember CM Punk returning, and I immediately called Kay, and I was like, "Are you okay? Like, are you all right? Do you need assistance? Do you need to go to the hospital?" I was like, "By the way, here's a link to the CM Punk merchandise shirt."
And here it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
I turned to my dad. I was like, "You see how big Randy Orton is?"
I was watching with Charles online, and we saw Randy, and Charles goes, "I got to get back to the gym."
Yeah, dude. I almost did the same thing.
I was like, goodness gracious. All right, so final two. This one is Social Star Beer, the person with the biggest social media presence, even though half of us don't really use it. Grayson Waller, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Chelsea Green, and Liv Morgan. Kayfabe.
I was taking a picture of Boris, so I wasn't listening. Repeat the question.
Social media superstar of the year.
I don't fucking know.
I would say Grayson Waller, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Chelsea Green, Liv Morgan.
I don't follow any of them on social media,
You
so I'm
should
just gonna guess
follow
and say
Drew
Chelsea Green.
McIntyre. I will tell you that right now.
No, I will not be following Drew McIntyre at this time.
You're hurt because of the Punk stuff. I understand.
He's currently bullying my boy, so I will not be giving him a follow.
Fair. So you're going Chelsea?
He has been thrown. He's been thrown off the daddy list.
I forgot Drew McIntyre was a daddy. He's thrown off the daddy list.
Drew McIntyre has been erased from the daddy list until further notice.
So we're going with Chelsea Green.
We're going with Chelsea Green just because I have nothing to base it on.
Yes. Well, Tarasuk, you don't use social media at all. Who are you going with?
I'm also going with Logan Paul. I mean,
well, you're not
guy
also going with Logan Paul. You're the only one going with Logan Paul.
I'm the only one. I'm the only one with Logan Paul. He is. No, it's Logan Paul.
Right.
Look at him. He's got famous off social media.
That's true. I will say this. I would have picked Drew McIntyre. However, I was live streaming Raw a while ago, and Chelsea Green wasn't on the show. And Chelsea decided to live tweet Raw with the rest of the Twitter wrestling community, and it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I know she has been really good.
It was unbelievable. That's why I'm going with Chelsea Green. Absolutely fantastic. She kept shitting on Pierce and all of the decisions that he made. She started a free Chelsea Green hashtag. Like, Chelsea Green is phenomenal. Last but not least, final Slammy.
I don't get to pick. I didn't pick anybody.
I forgot, man. My apologies, sir. My apologies. It's been a while. Who do you got? Social media superstar of the year.
Now, I'm also going with Logan Paul.
Wow.
Just because factually, I think just by numbers, I think that's the actual answer.
Fair.
But if he's not there to be the social media guy and to get the sweet Prime sponsorship, which is going to drive me fucking bonkers next weekend.
Oh, it's going to piss me off too.
No, it's Logan Paul. He's there, and he'll come out, he'll make his statement, and then he will lose his title that night, and it'll be great.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Last but not least, sorry about that, man. It's again, you're gonna go first this time. Breakout superstar of the year. The reason that we're all gonna break our rotator cuffs: Jey Uso, Tiffany Stratton, my favorite two UK guys, UK tag team, Pretty Deadly, Dragon Lee or LA Knight. Yeah, Mance.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you.
Fair enough.
It's LA Knight. He became the biggest thing in the world for a second there, and then they dropped the ball completely. That's not his fault. It kills me not to pick Pretty Deadly because I love them, but it's LA Knight. Yeah,
I'll give you that. I do love Pretty Deadly, but Will Tarasuk, who you got?
Pretty Deadly is growing on me, but I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be weird, but I feel like I'm too old for Pretty to like.
You're not.
You're
not too old for Pretty Deadly. I'll tell you why. I will tell you why. Because they learned from the New Day, because they went to the New Day for help, and the New Day told them, be as utterly ridiculous as possible, and they've taken the ball and ran with it.
Yeah, they're definitely trying.
Yeah.
I can see that. It's just I'm not there yet. So yeah, it's definitely LA Knight.
Yeah.
For sure.
Kayfabe.
Yeah. It's also LA Knight for me. I also don't feel like I feel like Jey Uso has been around for so long. I feel like it's almost unfair to say this is his breakout.
It would be so weird.
I mean, I guess it's because he's breaking out from the tag teams, but I don't consider him a breakout at this time.
Fair. I am gonna go with Jey Uso because I think his entrance at Mania is going to be absolutely bonkers. That's night one. On top of that,
are they night one?
They are night one. The whole schedule got released on Monday. After they released it on Raw, I was like, wow, that was quick. Not like last year when they were like, oh hey, day up, here's what we're doing. But I just watched the Jackie Redmond show because Jackie Redmond works for the NHL on the side as well, and she has her own show on YouTube called the Jackie Redmond Show. And Jackie Redmond, when they were in Chicago for Raw, took Jey Uso to his first ever NHL hockey game.
With CM Punk,
With
I think.
CM Punk showed up as well.
He was just at the Blackhawks.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I'm here. What's going on? To watch Jey Uso, who, in my opinion, was visibly high.
Good for him.
Visibly high, enjoy hockey for the first time was an amazing thing to watch for 10 minutes before this show started.
He was really excited about his deep dish Chicago style beef.
He was.
Dude, deep dish is good. I don't know why people shit on it. I think it's delicious.
Yeah.
No, he was exceptionally excited.
Yeah, so like he got deep dish.
Chemically excited.
Yeah, he got deep dish after the first
period.
After the first period. And so Jackie's like, so what do you think of the first 20 minutes? He's like, he had a wide eye, so he's like, it was so good. It's glossed over. He's so happy. I'm like, he's high. He's really high right now. He was wearing his Yeet glasses inside.
He's like, I don't want to be working right now, fam.
It was so funny. So that is why I'm going with Jey Uso with that. So yes, Jey Uso is going to be the reason. I got to get a video of everybody doing Jey Uso's like hand wave, his little concert when he comes out.
Oh, dude, his 8 Mile.
Yeah, his 8 Mile.
That's where he ripped it off on because he did it in Detroit.
Yes, that's right. He did.
If you get something like that going, you just never stop doing it.
Oh God, no.
Honestly, it's. I'm surprised it caught. Well, he started doing it in the next city, so he made a catch on.
Yeah. All you need is one spark.
Smart.
All you need is one spark.
Yeah, all you need is one spark, and he's smart to run with it.
So the Slammies are happening as well, and we've made all of our Slammy predictions. Oh yeah, the other non-WWE thing we're going to talk about, or the only non-WWE thing we're going to talk about. If you thought we were going to talk about AEW, just watch CM Punk and Ariel Helwani. He does all the talking that you need.
Yeah.
Okay. Trust me.
I actually got to find.
Trust me. It's a must watch. It's a must watch. The other thing going on is the anti-WWE world, which is going on for years and years on end. WrestleCon, pretty much anything not WWE is going to go on WrestleCon. It is a slightly less organized WWE world with all of your favorite wrestlers, past and present, all in the same place. This year's highlighting people like Ronda Rousey, Sting, Ric Flair's hobbling around somewhere. Oh yeah, by the way, Undertaker and Hulk Hogan will be doing special autographs at WWE World. That's a thing. That's the thing as well. Will's favorite person, Ahmed Johnson, will be at WrestleCon as well. My favorite guy, AJ.
I might need a picture with Ahmed Johnson. I'm not gonna lie. I just need to wear my shorts really high up on my belly button. Just go. You're going down.
We have top dollar. I'm just going through a list right now. Al Snow's gonna be there. Let me see. Anna J, Arn Anderson, Ash by Elegance, Dana Brooke. Oh, hey. I forgot about that. Barbie Blank, formerly known as Kelly, will also be there as well. Thank You Trish will be there. The Blue Meanie is going there as well. Billy Gunn, Bob Orton, Brian Cage, Booker T 5-time. Buff the Stuff Bagwell will be in attendance as well. The newly single CJ Perry is going to be there as well. Coke Cabana, Danhausen, DDP, Dean Malenko, Demolition, Dawn Marie will be there as well.
My heart.
Deanna Purrazzo, Devon Dudley, Earl freaking Hebner is going to be in attendance. Dustin Rhodes, the really, really scary religious man known as Elijah, formerly known as Elias, is going to be there as well.
Oh.
I'm not the only one seeing
No,
that,
no,
right?
it's scary. It's scary what he's
He
doing.
pops up on. He's just
It's so
beating the Book of
weird.
Romans. And listen. There was a time in my life where that would have been the coolest thing ever. And now it's like, what's happening? And is this a gimmick? And are you shooting for something? And scroll
Yeah.
up. And then I just go about my business.
Here's one that I
What if he's pitching like a Christian like promo,
I mean,
like a
it
promotion?
would work like a dream. What's going on, Arrowstream, by the way? It would work like a dream. Here's one that I think Mance and Will love. Ernest the Cat Miller will
Hell yes.
also be there.
Sure.
Somebody come on.
Francine Snitsky.
Snitsky.
Absolutely
Oh,
not.
fuck, dude.
Snitsky.
Snitsky's gonna be the sir. Can you sign my baby?
Snitsky, the Godfather, Henry Godwin, the Honky Tonk Man. No one wants to see that guy.
Dude, should I bring my pimp book and have him sign it twice?
Because he signed it as Papa Shango, right?
He signed it as Papa Shango.
So you got to have him sign it as the Godfather.
But I said the thing, he did sign it as the Godfather.
Oh, but he was dressed as
But he was dressed as Papa Shango.
Yeah.
He was like, man, as long as the check clears, I'll write anything. That's what he
true.
said to me.
Jake the Snake Roberts, the Inspiration, formerly known as the Iconics, will both be there. Oh, this is going to be weird. Izzy has a booth at WrestleCon.
How old's this kid now?
Old enough to be 18 and an independent
I think she's
wrestler.
18.
Yes, she's on the indie scene.
Well, then she gets a booth. I mean,
Yeah. Jake Roberts, James freaking Ellsworth. I still have that photo somewhere. Jeff Hardy.
I have one with James. I have one with him too.
Jeff Hardy will be there. Jerry the King Lawler, Hacksaw, Jim Duggan. A lot of weird reps. JoJo is going to be there. Jonathan Gresham, Jordan Grace, Josh Alexander. He got Shayna Baszler to do Bloodsport. Just incredible. We get to meet Dave's twin.
There's true.
Just incredible. It's gonna be.
Yeah, dude, I might have to take a picture of Dave. I might have to take a picture of Just Incredible and just put it in the TEP group chat. I'm gonna tell my kids this was Dave.
Kevin Nash canceled, very surprising. Kurt Angle, Conan,
check my start to clear.
Lex Luger.
No, he's doing something with WWE.
Yeah, right.
God.
Lindsay Dorado, Victoria, Lisa Maria Varon, who has the best photos ever. Victoria's great. Lita will be there. Los Boricuas are all going to be there. That's a callback. Mance Warner, because he still does stuff. Amanda Sakamoto, Mandy Nax.
Stole my name. You stole my dream.
Mandy Sachs,
God.
also known as Mandy Rose, will be there. Mansoor, Maria Kanellis, Maria May, Marty Jannetty.
No,
Stop.
dude, they're actually
Can you
Hi,
please-
people.
Can
Hi,
you go
everyone.
meet Marty Jannetty for me?
No, I'm not meeting Marty Jannetty. No.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I might get a picture with Marty Jannetty. That's something.
Can
That's
you
something worth
please
being like.
go on behalf of me?
God,
Dude,
I'm
I
so
want to pay for
fascinated by
something
his
that
Facebook.
nobody is gonna pay for, and that's Marty fucking Jannetty. I paid for Virgil, all right? I'll pay for Marty Jannetty.
Listen, this is my favorite story from WrestleCon in New Orleans, and it's so sad now because he just passed away. I got there crack of dawn because I was not hungover. And B,
Speak
I was
for
Stone Cold
yourself.
Steve Austin. I was there all day long, and I've collected swag and I've got stuff, and I'm just like, I'm gonna set this down and resort everything. And there's an empty table, and I set it down, and I'm resorting my bag, and I'm getting ready to go, and up walks wrestling superstar Virgil. And apparently, I have set all my stuff down on his table because he hasn't bothered to show up until about 2 PM.
God, goodness gracious.
And I said, "Hey, I got off your table." And everybody's like, "No, nobody ever comes to my booth anyway." Which either he's living the gimmick or nobody ever actually comes to his booth.
No one comes to his booth. I believe
No
that.
one, dude. No one
and
gives a fuck
so-
about Virgil. It's like,
I
it's
met
like
wrestling-
Booster from Jingle All the Way.
There. So I met wrestling superstar Virgil. He just passed away. It's very sad, but that's my favorite WrestleCon story, bar none.
Fair enough. My favorite WrestleCon story is when Ric Flair was walking behind me and he put his hand on my shoulder. He's like, "Excuse me, son," and I wooed him away. So that's That's what it was.
Yeah, that was good.
That was.
He was
good.
just steadying himself. He about fell over.
You're probably right.
Now the event. WrestleCon's fun.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're not done with the list. We're halfway there. Matt Cardona, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy's there as well. Riddle got a booth because sure. Mackenzie Mitchell.
I don't know who that is.
Mackenzie Mitchell is the lead commentator's wife that they fired in NXT, the blonde chick.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
okay, I got you. I'm with you.
Mickey James, Thicky Mickey, Mike freaking Chioda is gonna be there.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, I might get a ticket with Mikey Yoda too.
Mikey Whipwreck, Miro. That's gonna be weird. Miro and CJ at the same place. Ooh.
Maybe she'll give him the finger.
Yeah. Mustafa Ali. I don't know if anybody remembers Nails.
I do.
I
Yeah,
do.
remember Nails.
Nick Wayne, Nigel McGuinness, Nick Nemeth. It should have been him. Dolph Ziggler is gonna.
It should have been me.
Yes. Nina Samuel. A lot of refs. Perry Saturn.
They found Perry
found
Saturn.
Perry.
My God.
Powerhouse Hobbs. Someone who really can find TV. Oh, Raven is going to be there.
Listen, if you had told me in 2002 that Raven would still be alive in 2024, I would not have believed you. But good for him.
Ric Flair, I said before.
I'd talk with Raven. I want to meet Raven and say hi.
The real one, Enzo Amore, still doing stuff.
No.
He's so nice. He was so nice when I met him.
We also have Rebby Hardy and Gothic Baby, Absolute Ricky Starks, Rikishi, Rob Van Dam, Ron Simmons, damn, Rosemary, Sabu is still going to somehow walk over there, Sammy Callahan, the Sandman, Santana, who probably won't message her internet this time, Kay, Scott freaking Steiner, Serena Deeb, Sergeant Slaughter, Shane Douglas, Shelton Benjamin will also be there, Sid Vicious, SoCal Val, who has been on Wrestle Addict Radio multiple times.
She is a doll.
Yeah, Steve Blackman, Summer Rae, Swoggle. Great, I love me some Swoggle. Tajiri, I hope Tajiri can green miss people, because that's what I would want from Tajiri.
Listen,
God damn.
pandemic's not exactly over.
Ted DiBiase probably going to scam you like he helped Brett Favre scam people in Mississippi.
Wait, Junior or
Oh,
senior?
Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man.
Both.
Yeah.
Both helped the
I
scam.
thought at least one of them was in jail.
Yeah. Yeah. Will's favorite GM, Teddy Long. Tennille Dasher. Terry freaking Reynolds. Really happy for the Bunny. Thunder Rosa, because you can't get time on AEW. Let me see. Tony Atlas is still doing stuff. Tony Scavione. Trish Stratus. Thank you, Trish. Ultimo Dragon, who I didn't know was even alive still.
And kicking.
Yeah.
He's still going.
Victoria Crawford, formerly known as Alicia Fox. Hopefully she doesn't go berserk. Wardlow, Willow Nightingale, Zion Brookside are pretty much the highlights of the people who are going to be at WrestleCon. Like Will said, WrestleCon is a great fucking time. WrestleCon, also to be aware of, is not an all-inclusive thing. You pay to meet and greet, to do like meet and greets and photo ops and stuff with every performer. Every performer has their own pricing scale for stuff. I remember Cole Cabana being the cheapest person I ever got. I got a picture with him for like $10, because that's Cole Cabana for you. So please be respectful of that. Don't take photos if you didn't get permission to. Don't be that dick. These are independent performers for a reason. This is how they make money. That's kind of my disclaimer in WrestleCon. But I will say, also go to WrestleCon. Even if you don't take pictures or buy anything, just walk around and look at people. It's really just look at people. You'll be like, wow. Like
I ended up in a food line with Tony Schiavone in New York. It was a good time.
Did he announce the whole thing?
No, but I got to talk to Tony Schiavone, this was before. No, this was New Orleans because this was before AEW, and I hadn't heard that voice in 15 years. And all of a sudden, it's like, "What's that? Why is my childhood in my back of my head?" And it's Tony Schiavone standing in line to get a cheeseburger, and it's the best thing. I talked to Eric Bischoff that week. Totally nice
Bischoff's
guy.
a cool dude.
And then he went off. I mean, he's awesome. Allie and Rosemary, I see every time I'm there. Sweethearts, go to WrestleCon. Just walk around.
Seriously.
And occasionally you're going to run into somebody from your childhood. It's like, why do I know your face? Oh, because you look like this 15 years ago. And it's the best time.
It is really
Go to WrestleCon.
Yeah, go to WrestleCon.
I almost didn't go in New York, and you guys all went. And I was like, fuck it, I'll go to WrestleCon and had the best
It's a great time in WrestleCon.
I've never been, but I cannot wait to go next time I go to meeting. I didn't go during New York.
Yeah, I understand that, but we need to get you to. You will like WrestleCon probably more so than anything else during WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like I would have a blast at WrestleCon.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I when 35 came around, I went to that New Japan show at MSG.
Yeah.
I went to Mania itself. I went to Raw at Barclays, and I went to Access. So I didn't do everything, but I did a lot.
You did a good amount.
Yeah.
And then we were at Ronnie's for after Access one day. And we stuffed our faces.
That food was.
I know.
That food is so good. We need to go.
we need to go when it's a non-wrestling related event. We just need to go.
No, I agree. Let's go to brunch soon, guys.
We could whenever I get my money back.
I don't know. It's a hell of a drive.
It's worth it. Trust me. The food is worth it. So that is WrestleCon. Moving on. We also have to kick off WrestleMania because they had a press conference. Now they're doing a WrestleMania kickoff Friday at 5. Why? I don't know. They're doing it. It's going to be free to everybody. It's going to be outside of Wells Fargo Center. Will and I me and Charles will probably not make it because we're probably not that crazy. But we'll see what happens. That's a thing. It's occurring. It's free. It's going to be outside, giant stage, kind of like what they do for their other big events. So there's a lot of people showing up for this. It's going to be a really hectic day for everybody. Traffic's going to be crazy. That's why.
Yeah, I want to get to those club seats as soon as possible.
Just sit the hell down.
When are you guys getting to Philly?
Thursday in the afternoon.
Okay.
Picking up Charles from the airport in Philly and then eating cheesesteaks for the rest of the weekend.
I love that for you.
Probably. We might go to that SBW store, the South Vintage Wrestling store that I showed you like a month or so ago, okay?
Oh, yeah, you have to go.
Yeah. It'll be a time waster before our
what you
Airbnb
see.
is ready. I think they sell beers in there too, like Austin, like Stone Cold IPA, so we might be there too as well.
I'll have a Stone Cold lager if they got one.
After that, obviously, is going to be SmackDown Friday night, and then it's going to be the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony with actually a pretty wild class headlined by Mr. ECW. And if we're all being honest here on this show, outside of Vincent Kennedy McMahon, because I'll still say his name, probably the most important figure in all of modern pro wrestling. He is the reason you have Stone Cold Steve Austin. He is the reason that you love extreme wrestling and violence. He is the reason that Roman Reigns actually became something of himself. He is the underboss that no one ever talks about in a consistently positive light. I'll put it that way. In a consistently positive light. He is the creator of one of the most underrated factions ever, the Dangerous Alliance. Paul Heyman is a mastermind. He's the creator of the SmackDown 6 era of SmackDown. Paul Heyman is a professional wrestling genius and horrible with money. Absolutely.
Just terrible.
Absolutely terrible. All that aside, he's one of the most important figures in the history of pro wrestling, point blank period. He is going to headline this event. That's all I can think of with Paul Heyman. And he's from Long Island. Good for him. So
hell of a promo.
Goodness gracious, hell of a promo. Mance, what are your thoughts on Paul Heyman? Paulie Dangerously, some would say.
Paulie Dangerously. Listen, whether I've liked Paul Heyman in the past or not, as a kid, being a Southern wrestling fan, when this man replaced Jerry Lawler, he was my mortal enemy. And then when Lawler came back and beat him down, amazing moment. But seeing what he has done, what he can do, being the voice for Roman Reigns' entire freaking 3 billion day reign, you're right. There is no professional wrestling as it is today without this man. I would typically have gone to Eric Bischoff, but Eric Bischoff just stole everything this man did and paid more money for it. So yeah, no, Paul Heyman deserves this immensely. I don't like that Roman's inducting him.
I don't either.
Same, it's so gross.
Who would?
The bigger question is, who's alive that would induct Paul Heyman?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Who
The
would?
Dudley Boys.
I had honestly thought it was going to be Brock before everything.
And it might have been, but
I would
things happen.
I would have liked Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer is a good pull. And
I think
Tommy's
Dreamer.
alive.
Tommy's a
I think
great
Dreamer
pick.
would have been the perfect pick.
I think CM Punk made the most sense.
Punk would have
Would've
been
been
a good pick too.
Yeah,
Right back.
Yeah, Roman feels a little bizarre.
it
It
feels.
feels like a stunt.
Yeah, it feels like we're pushing a storyline.
It feels like the whole night is now going to be about
The whole
the-
night
the-
is about the
the storyline.
bloodline.
Because it feels like you're going to start with The Rock and his grandmother, and then you're going to end with Roman and Paul Heyman. So it's going to be just, hey, it's no longer the Hall of Fame is. We're now just promoting the end of the night or the end of the weekend. And so it feels like it loses something.
But I also feel like that's what Paul wants.
He's a carny through and through.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's a work.
as much as Paul doesn't show his hand, like his real emotions, ever, he'll shoot from the hip, but then he'll get right back into character. And I think him always being the carny type guy, he wants to take the spotlight away from him and put it on the bigger person being Roman. So I think he's going to use that. Like he's going to be appreciative. Hi, Boris. He's going to be appreciative. He is going to you're going to hear like a real Paul Heyman stuff. But at the end of the day, he's going to promote WrestleMania. Like that's the last thing I meant.
Whose music does he come out to? Because he doesn't have music.
I don't know.
Like like on a stage WrestleMania, they have all Hall of Fame guys come out. They do the main event guy gets his music.
Usually, yeah.
Bodies by Drowning Bull.
That's a good pick.
I want Paul.
Or is it Roman's theme?
No, Paul Heyman's going to come out.
No.
Paul Heyman's going to come out the Sandman. He's going to come through the crowd. He's going to start begging beer on his head the whole
There you go.
time.
But now, I would pay good money for Sandman to induct Paul Heyman into the.
Yeah. Taz would have been a great choice if he wasn't already contracted to AEW. Taz would have been a fantastic
Yeah.
choice. I wouldn't recommend it, but he might have chosen New Jack if he was still alive.
But you wouldn't be able to hear anything because New Jack's music would be
Play
playing
the
whole
entire
time.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of ECW people around, but that's Paul's going to headline. Roman's going to induct them. That should be an interesting speech all around. Next,
He's not writing one. He's literally waiting to see what the crowd's going to
probably.
do. If it's going to be an ECW crowd, it's going to be a fun night.
Oh.
And if it's WWE crowd, it's still going to be a fun night, but it's going to be more family-friendly TV.
Oh,
fun
as
night.
soon as Paul
Yeah.
walks out, it's an ECW arena. As soon as that happens.
I really hope so.
Yes. Yeah, immediately.
Yeah. As soon,
We might start bleeding.
just spontaneously. Oh my god. Next up, and not the headliner, but still probably a long-awaited anointment into this Hall of Fame.
It's a little weird.
The great Muhammad Ali, one of the headliners of the first ever WrestleMania, and one of the inspirations for modern day mixed martial arts. Obviously, he had the World of Worlds bout between him and Antonio Inoki.
Which is terrible. That match is awful. If anyone's ever seen it.
In Tokyo, Japan. It's part of a Dark Side of the Ring, I believe, as well, where we talk about it as well. So Muhammad Ali is one of the bigger reasons that WrestleMania 1 worked, by the way, on top of everything else. Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, name recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, he's pound for pound the greatest boxer of all time. So I'm not going to argue about it right now, but
If Floyd hasn't lost.
yeah,
so.
but I don't like Floyd's style. That's just me.
He's never even been not getting hit.
Huh? No.
Not getting hit.
It's not that.
He's a defensive fighter.
That's what I mean. I don't like his style.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's
I would argue that Muhammad Ali is also a defensive fighter. The rope-a-dope is purely a defense tactic. But I'm a Kentucky kid.
here we go.
I was. And he was a Kentucky
Yep.
kid. He eventually became the pride and joy of Louisville, Kentucky. And my father loved Muhammad Ali. I have seen all the major fights and most of the minor ones. It's a little weird that it's going into a wrestling Hall of Fame, except for the fact that he is there in when you watch WrestleMania 1, when you get to the main event, Muhammad Ali is there. He is the
Enforcer,
he
right?
basically he's the enforcer. He's what Mike Tyson would be for Austin and Michaels 15 years later. But if you go back to his wrestling days, The man cut promos all the time.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so great. I'm so fast. I'm so pretty. I turn off the lights and I'm in the bed before he can start.
Mhm.
I'm a slap Howard Cosell. It is. He is the archetype for, honestly, Dusty Rhodes. It's a lot of the same cadences, a lot of the same kind of gimmicks.
Superstar Billy Graham deliberately said he
Absolutely.
stole Muhammad Ali's cadence. That's where he got it from.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And so, does he belong? Absolutely, 100%. It's so weird to play the video game though, because he's currently my unified WWE Universe champion. But that's fine. We're gonna leave that there.
That's great. That's great. Also about
All right, Ricky, I think you're right. Fuck Floyd. Muhammad Ali's pound for pound.
Yeah. Also to be to think about this as well, that World of Worlds match with Antonio Inoki was actually streamed live at Shea Stadium to 33,000 people.
Yeah, it's amazingly successful.
Yeah.
The match, bell to bell, is terrible.
Yeah, it's crazy. Also, in this is the matriarch of the Anoa'i family for the most part, Leah Maivia. I know a lot myself about Leah Maivia because I watched every season of Young Rock. The actress who played her, absolutely hysterical. But Leah Maivia is integral in the reason that The Rock is part of wrestling in general. Leah Maivia, one of the first ever female promoters in the history of modern wrestling. She took over the NWA territory in Hawaii. Is what her territory was. She had a really strong relationship with Vince McMahon. Because of that, she was able to get stars like Andre the Giant, Rocky Johnson, who obviously married into the family, Ric Flair, Inoki, Dusty Rhodes. She did a pay-per-view in '85 called Hot Summer Night, which featured Rhodes and Flair and Andre and Inoki to a crowd of over 20,000 people. Pretty much an NWA independent show to a crowd of 20,000 people. She is a massive influence. Vince loved this woman a lot, and she was not one to fuck with. The Rock is going to induct his grandma, who unfortunately passed away. So this is a posthumous induction, but Leah Maivia into the WWE Hall of Fame, probably rightfully so. Also probably because The Rock's on the board now that this is happening, if we're being completely honest. Like, as much as this is a nepotism choice, this is still a well-deserved choice.
This is also about damn time choice.
Yes.
The night that the High Chief and the Soul Man went in, Leah Maivia should have got in, and she could have been alive to be there.
Yeah.
That's the only bad thing I have to say with the whole thing. It's welcome. I don't care if it's because Rock's on the board. This is worth it. This is worthy of it. It won't headline, but it very easily could, if not for Paul Heyman.
Of course, absolutely, of course. And if you haven't watched Young Rock, it's actually a really comical show.
Watched the first season, and I really enjoyed it.
Praise to you, High Chief, as she would always say. She's portrayed as kind of senile and old. Also, long time coming, Bull Nakano. Just a woman who was ahead of her time. She was a great wrestler in a bad era for women's wrestling. Claim to fame, obviously, she went against Alundra Blaze tons of times. That's the only upper woman she could actually go against and put on a good match with. Just an absolute bruiser. She started off in All Japan Pro Wrestling. Her fights with Alundra Blaze. Just watch a Bull Nakano match. She's an archetype of a powerhouse woman in modern day wrestling.
And I only know two of her opponents. One's Alundra Blaze, and they're great.
Yeah.
One's Dump Matsumoto.
That's the upper one.
And they're not so great. But it's not Bull Nakano's fault. You can watch it and see there.
Yeah.
This is good. Is Bull Nakano alive?
I don't know, actually.
I also don't know. I was wondering the same thing.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, please do, Kay. I appreciate that. So Bull Nakano, again, a fantastic archetype of a wrestler. More famous for her time in Japan than anything else.
Yeah, she's alive.
Oh,
she's 56 years. She's 56 years
oh,
old.
that's it. Oh, all right. So she's gonna be there.
Much younger than I thought she was when she was taking on Alundra Blaze and Dump Matsumoto.
That's going to be an interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if Lunge is going to induct her, because that would be really cool.
Oh, that would be nice.
That would be really cool.
I didn't know she was Japanese.
Oh yeah.
That I know.
Yeah, you got to watch her wrestling style. It's very stern.
Yes.
It's very, very stern. Also coming in is Thunderbolt Patterson, and I will tell you, I don't know much about Thunderbolt Patterson. He looks like he could be related to me, not because he's black, because we kind of have the same facial features. Anywho, Thunderbolt Patterson. I'll read from WWE's.com's little excerpt of him. Hugely influential. Growing up in Iowa. What's the thing with Iowa? Like Sasha's from Iowa as well. He moved to.
There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks?
Yeah, she was born in Iowa.
Is it Rollins from Iowa?
Rollins is from Iowa. Yeah.
Yeah. So nothing to do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Patterson moved to Texas, worked with Dory Funk Sr. He was a good person on the microphone. He faced people like Bruiser Brody, Iron Sheik. He's a decorated tag team competitor, teaming with Ole Anderson, which erupted into a rivalry with that helped launch the Four Horsemen, the original Four Horsemen. A contemporary of Dusty Rhodes, inspiring the American Dream's charismatic persona. So Dusty Rhodes took his persona from Thunderbolt Patterson. Very, very interesting to know. Big Show.
A white man stole something from a black man and made it successful? My God.
Yeah, right? Elvis. What happened?
No.
Yes. So known for his quick punches, blend of power, speed, compassion. Big influence on everything that's seen in the world today. So congratulations to Thunderbolt Patterson. Again, I don't know much about him, but he seems like he deserves to be in there.
Sounds deserved to be.
Yeah. Last but certainly not least, the U.S. Express, because apparently everything was like a train, like in the 80s. You had the Rock and Roll Express, the U.S. Express. Didn't you?
The Midnight Express.
Yeah, the Midnight Express. Everybody was going somewhere on a train. U.S. Express were competitors at the first WrestleMania. They had Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham. Those names should sound familiar to everybody in here. Entered the arena with rock and roll legend Bruce. They really came out to Born in the USA with Bruce Springsteen. Jesus Christ. How were they not inducted earlier? Just to that alone. God. Two-time tag team champions. They battled Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik, as well as the Dream Team composed of Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus the Barber Beefcake, who I think is going to be rummaging around somewhere during Mania Week. They are real-life brother-in-laws. Obviously, the Wyndham and the Rotunda family, Bray Wyatt, folks. And also probably one of the reasons why Bray's not getting inducted now. They were Black Jamelkin was inducted to the Hall of Fame as a member of the Blackjacks. Wyndham himself was inducted to the Hall of Fame as a member of the Four Horsemen. So these guys have it's a giant legacy in wrestling. They're going to come out to Born in the USA, aren't they? I have a feeling they are.
Probably.
I don't know what the licensing rights are, or fees on that are.
So fuck it, just get Bruce. Bruce will do a show. Bruce might also speak for really, really long, but he'll do it. He might do it. He might do it really long.
Interesting fact about that match at the first WrestleMania. At the first WrestleMania, it is good to mediocre to good. Nothing to write on about, but nothing terrible. They ran that match back. After the collapse of WCW and something called Heroes of Wrestling.
Yeah.
It is the worst tag team match, and I really, really have to watch Sharmell versus Survivor Jen again. It might be the worst match I've ever seen.
Wow.
And it's not their fault.
Wow, send me the link.
I will see if I can find it.
Yeah, so that is the WWE Hall of Fame. So we are in for a long night on Friday because it's going to be happening immediately after SmackDown exclusively on the cock known as Peacock. So it won't be streamed live on cable TV. The next day, Saturday, we're almost there. There's only 4 matches for this one, so we're going to go through this really quick. NXT Stand and Deliver. What's formerly a takeover weekend is now a Stand and Deliver weekend. And honestly, Stand and Deliver, not that bad. Only problem is it's at 12 in the afternoon. It's going to be a long day on Saturday as well.
Oh, is it? It must have been a typo because I saw a time yesterday that said it was at 12 midnight after the first night.
Oh,
of
no.
WrestleMania.
That's insanity.
No, it is not.
If they were to do that.
Okay.
No.
All right. That makes more sense.
No, it is not. The highlight of this match is going to be Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, former friends turned enemies. Carmelo Hayes turned heel. Trick Williams has the craziest meteoric rise. The whoop that trick chant is one of the greatest hustle and flow things that I've ever witnessed. It's going to be fun. Trick Williams from the Philadelphia area. Carmelo Hayes is just a perfect superstar at this point. This is going to be a pretty fun battle. The promo is going to be great for this. I'm going to go first in this prediction real quick. Melo's losing because Melo's moving up. I think he's done everything that he can do, and the one thing left to do is to put his best friend over in NXT storyline and maybe also in real life because of all our time together. I think Melo's moving up, and it's going to be the Trick Williams show in NXT moving forward. Mance.
I saw Trick Williams become the biggest star of at a show in 90 seconds last fall. When he had 4 pinfalls in the last minute and a half of the penalty box match thing they do in
Iron Survivor.
Iron Survivor. Why he is not going for the title this weekend, I do not know. But if they do by SummerSlam's whatever the SummerSlam NXT show is called, he will be the NXT champion. He's gonna win here. Carmelo's already doing stuff on the main route, and if they handle this correctly, they have somebody just as popular as Cody Rhodes that they in a couple years that they can have win the Royal Rumble. They have something here, and for the first time in a very long time, I trust them to not completely fuck it up.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, Terrashock, I'm assuming you're going with Melo.
You gave a good point, though. You lose on the way out.
Yeah.
This is main eventing?
This is main event. This is bigger than the world title. Yes, this is the biggest robbery in NXT.
I'm probably going to go with Trick, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Trick. That's a really good argument. You always lose on the way out.
You always go out on your back.
Melo's got nothing else to do there. Look at that face. Look at those graphic. He's like, the fuck am I still here for?
You see me.
I almost died on SmackDown. The fuck am I doing
You see
here?
me on SmackDown. You know who I am. Get me out of here. Kayfabe. Are you going with Trick as well?
I'm also going with Trick, and I think that we'll see Melo on SmackDown as early as the next Friday.
You could see Melo on
Friday,
Raw.
I guess.
I
think Melo's going to be on SmackDown.
I think so,
I don't
too.
know why. He gives me SmackDown vibes.
It's because Nick Aldis is the
TV.
greatest GM of the modern era right now.
He's great. I love him.
He is. Why is he not wrestling? He's younger than I am. He doesn't appear to be injured. Why is he not wrestling?
I listened to the interview that he did on Corey Graves' podcast. He said, this is what they offered me, and I decided I'm just going to take it. WWE came calling. This is what they gave me. I'm taking it. He's probably working on it.
Yeah.
He could wrestle eventually. He's not limited to being a GM.
No.
That's true. What kind of shape is Adam Pearce in? Because I could get down to Pearce versus...
It's not. Pearce is not wrestling.
No thanks.
No, thank you.
No, you don't... Like, okay, go... If I send you the link, the Best of 7 series, Adam Pearce and Colt Cabana, is stellar. Yes, it was 10 years ago. But it is amazing. If Adam Pearce is in the shape to wrestle... Even if it's Team Pierce versus Team Aldis at like Survivor Series, and they're just the 5th guys, it would be. I want it. Just give me 2 NWA World's Champions against each other. Make it Cody versus Aldis. I'm cool with that.
I can't imagine it. I've never seen Adam Pearce wrestle, and I can't imagine it.
Honestly, neither can I. I'm with you there on that, Kay. But we'll see what happens. Moving on to the actual NXT Championship match. Ilya Dragunov, that psychopath in the ring that he is. He looks like a creator wrestler, but he doesn't wrestle like a creator wrestler at all whatsoever. Versus the gimmicky as hell Tony D'Angelo.
Look at that fedora.
Can I just say, Ilya Dragunov looks like handsome Squidward in that fucking graphic.
That's exactly how I should have figured it out, and that fucking nails it.
Yeah.
I saw that. I'm like, that's handsome Squidward. That doesn't even look like the same guy.
Oh my god! Still better graphics than the royal family. Anywho,
Wow.
Listen, we've all seen it. Tony D'Angelo is playing the mob guy. This man has come out to stand and deliver with an actual mafia person 1 year. By the way, like, he's doing a lot of stuff. He is the Dynamax. He has kind of played up this mob thing as best as he can. The only thing left is that he needs to be elevated and to see what he does with a title. And honestly, again, this is another, what the hell else do you do with Ilya at this point? He's done everything. He's done your classes. He's main evented a bunch of NXT Premium Live events. What else do you want from his run? I think he...
Plus his whole UK run before this.
Listen, we are getting at some point... Here's what I see. You have Bash in Berlin. Gunther and Ilya Dragunov should go up against each other and tear the roof off that in late August. It only makes sense to me, at least. And I think you got to establish Ilya on the main roster now so that he goes up against Gunther. And you give it to Tony D, have Tony D run with it. So I'm going to go with Tony D. We're getting a title change here. Kayfabe.
That makes a whole lot of sense and all, but I don't believe this. I don't watch NXT anymore, so
Okay.
I'm basically just talking out of my ass. I don't believe that this Tony D'Angelo is a champion just based off his graphic.
I don't blame you. He still wears velour suits.
And I'm an Italian from New York.
Yes, you are.
I recognize my people. I don't support this man.
Fair enough.
But and I don't have a legitimate reason. I just distrust him.
I get it.
But I can't place why. So I'm going with Ilya.
Sure.
I think Ilya's dropping soon.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know to who.
Yeah.
I don't know who's there.
Yes.
Just not this guy.
Will Tarashuk.
I think Ilya keeps it too. I mean, how long's he been champion?
A good while. At least a couple of Premium Live events. I want to say almost close. About 6 months. I'll give you that. Yeah.
6 months? Yeah, I think if you're trying to reestablish the brand of NXT and kind of get those people who are bored of AEW back, I think you got to keep a long-term champion and someone who's the marks love.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Ilya Dragunov is still that guy. Tony D is he's too R-truthy to me, just based off the graphic too. He's too much like a joke.
No, but here's the deal. I would book R-Truth as a champion. I wouldn't book this guy as... I'm dead serious, not as a joke. I would seriously book R-Truth as champion. I would not book Tony D'Angelo as a serious champion.
I picture R-Truth as a TNA champion.
I get what you mean.
That's very believable, and it would be an incredible run, and we would all love it if R-Truth was TNA champion.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Mance, I don't think we gave you a prediction slot yet. So.
I can't abide by this D'Angelo man winning the title. I can't. He's too NXT 2.0. That's when his little mafia family showed up.
He feels like a caricature.
He's gimmick heavy.
He is gimmick heavy. If he wins this title on Saturday, Trick better win it off him on Tuesday. I don't see that happening. I'm going with Ilya Dragunov.
Okay, we do not just. I love me some Italians, so shit happens. But I get it.
I'm a half Italian. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, I don't recognize him. It's one of my own. Sorry.
Fair enough.
It's not offensive. It's just dude, you're.
He's if Mad TV did a Sopranos sketch, it would be this guy.
That is correct. I do agree.
Yeah,
I do agree.
Slide in there.
He'd slide perfectly in there. I definitely get it.
He's the Mad TV version of Tony Soprano's nephew.
Yeah.
Dude, apparently Tony D'Angelo is also an American ice hockey defenseman.
That's a way better gimmick. He could be a hockey guy.
We've had that. We had the goon. We do not need it again. Oh.
His name is Joseph. Dude, his last name can't be Areola.
Yes, it is.
Ariola.
Yeah,
Joseph.
That's an Areola.
That's his name.
Areola.
Growing up, his name was Johnny Nips.
Yes.
It had to have been.
Dude,
yes.
Okay, you know what? Dude, fuck it. He wins. He's so Italian. He's so fucking Italian. He's got to win.
Fair enough. The next match on this card, NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria going up against Roxanne Perez, product of Booker T, only 21 years old, and she
cute as a button.
Finally in her bad bitch era right now in her run. She stopped being a good girl. Now she's in her Xtina, but in a darker version. era, and she's going against Lyra Valkyria, who probably doesn't get enough credit for being a really good champion after Becky put her over and gave her the title. This is an interesting one for me. As much as they have someone with Roxanne, they don't have it yet, and I think Lyra retains. Mance, what do you got?
I want to say Roxanne should move up to the main roster. That roster is full of great women's wrestlers. It's not time for that. Lyra has not had it long enough. But if Roxanne doesn't win it, I don't know what to do with Roxanne, so I'm going with Roxanne.
Fair enough. Kayfabe, speak out of your ass. What do you got here?
Well, I remember what's her name, Lyra from NXT UK,
Yes.
and I liked her a lot. So I'm also was gonna go with her just because I know who she is.
I mean, that works. That works for me. Will has no clue who either of them are, I think. Maybe you know Roxanne.
I know Rox. She's the one who collapsed.
Yes, yeah, she had the in the mental health angle.
Yeah, didn't it happen twice?
Once.
Or is it
was
just
once. Yeah.
Once? Okay. Because I remember one was like, oh, that was fake. And the other one's like, oh, that one might
We're like, hold on a
actually
second.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember her from that. So, I don't know. She's cute as a button. I'll go with my heart on this one.
Great cheekbones. Like, look at that. So.
Yeah. Great smile. Eyeshadow looks great.
Exactly like.
Fair enough.
I see a lot of these women, and I'm like, which one of you is Fallon Henley? I don't know.
I know which one is
Oh,
Fallon.
the one on the left looks like evil Natalie Portman. It's like if Padme had a heel
it's
turn.
Black Swan.
Like
Black
Black
Swan
Swan?
Natalie Portman. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a way better way of putting it. I totally forgot she was in Black Swan.
I do know
you
which
forget
one
that
Last
Love that
Legend
movie.
is.
Did I already tell you guys I saw that movie in 7th grade with my friend and our moms?
Oh my God.
You were in 7th grade when
Wait,
Black Swan came out?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Stop it. I feel so
Stop.
Yeah,
old.
dude. They had no idea, and then we went and saw her. Like, all right, I like Natalie Portman. Sure, why not? It was rated PG-13.
I don't know
think.
how.
There's no way
Yeah.
that was.
There's no way.
Yeah, dude, we were like 13. We went and saw Black
Oh my
Swan, and
God.
we
Stop
sat like
it.
we sat
I was-
4 rows ahead of them. But that movie was fucking great.
I was 19 when that came
I
out.
think I was like 20. That was in my 20s at some point.
I was 44.
2010. I was 2010. I was 15.
Oh, 2010, I was
15.
definitely 21.
I was 23.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
I was 15. Yeah, dude, what a movie.
Right.
Darren Aronofsky. I should have given my parents this one. Like, give my mom some kind of tip off.
Jesus Christ. Anywho, the final match that we're going to, unless NXT did another match while we've been recording, all the meat, all the time. Play the meat slapping majesty cue here, Will. Please.
Where is it?
Yeah, you got to find it. This is.
It was meat slapping majesty.
All the meat. You have Dijak, who has wished us well wishes via camera. You have Josh Briggs, who we've interviewed on the show. And you have this monster of a human being, former SEC defensive lineman, Oba Femi, who is just a dark Brock if they book him well. Okay.
His name is Femi.
Oba
Femi.
Femi. This man,
I don't like the last name. I love Oba, but Femi.
listen, when you see him, you can be like, you
I
can call him
support
whatever
him.
he wants. Yeah.
I don't know who this man is. I support him.
Yeah. You can call Oba Femi can say whatever the hell he wants, because I'm not messing with that man at all. That man is an absolute monster of a man. And you have Dijak, who doesn't care about getting his hands dirty. You have Josh Briggs, who we've seen him break his hip at an indie show. So you know he has no fear at this point.
Yeah, dude, but I think if I choose Josh Briggs, this Oba dude is going to come to the computer and choke me out. So I got to go with him.
I'm good with Oba Femi as well. Like, everybody else is there just to put on a show. This is going at, they have a ceiling of the inspiration for this match should be Gunther, Drew, Sheamus from last year's Mania. Just total devastation. I'm going with Oba. I think it's a clean sweep for Oba. K, you're going with Oba?
Oba.
Yeah. Oba.
Yeah, it's Oba. I think I really like Josh Briggs, but no, Oba Femi.
Yeah.
But there is a 5th match been added.
What is the 5th match?
It is actually, there's a 5th and 6th match that have
Jesus
been added.
fucking Christ. Whatever. We're gonna be drunk halfway through. So
6-woman tag team match.
Okay.
Thea Hale,
Right.
Fallon Henley, and Kalani Jordan.
Okay.
Versus JC Jane, Kiana James, and Izzy Dame.
All right, that's fine.
I don't know who these women are.
I know all of them.
I couldn't pick them out of a lineup. I know the names. I couldn't pick them out of a lineup. NXT tag team title match: Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker versus Nathan Frazier and Axiom.
They've got to get those titles off of Breaker and Corbin.
Yeah, it's got to be Frazier and Axiom.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
Yeah, dude, Braun Breaker signed with SmackDown. What are you talking about?
It confused the crap out of me. I was
Of
like,
course
wait, he
he's
just
here.
won the tag titles.
Yeah.
Why is he signing with SmackDown? So yeah,
Because Shawn and Hunter don't talk.
I don't know how. I don't know how. But yeah, those aren't going to be on our predictions. We're just going to do those first four. So that is NXT Stand and Deliver. Real quick, how well do you think this premium live event, pretty much your little brunch wrestling before Saturday WrestleMania, how do you think it will be? 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Mance, you already guess. How good do you think? How many crowns do you think this will be?
God, without that 6-woman match they just added, I'd say 7. So I want to say 6.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Will.
I don't know, dude. It depends how good, like how much food's open. How much food is going to be open at like 12 noon? That's
what
the
if
real
they,
question.
what
Will
if they
you
like
eat
switch it
eggs?
to like breakfast, like a breakfast brunch?
That's what I mean. Like, dude, if there's eggs, I can have eggs in wrestling. It's automatically a 9. That's just a fact. It's just a fact of life. Am going to go with strong 8 because I don't think there's going to be eggs.
Oh God.
What am I talking about?
We're gonna live at the Wells Fargo Center for like 3 days. We might as well get a full 3-course meal.
Like, don't be tomorrow. Can I just crash here instead of my Airbnb? I'm gonna be here tomorrow at noon. That's when I wake up, dude.
I know you have a bed somewhere.
Just put me in the locker room at this
Exactly.
point.
Kayfabe. How well do you think this Stand and Deliver pay-per-view is gonna be?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know who any of these people are. I'll give it a 7.
I'm gonna go some split the difference, 7.5. So that's Stand and Deliver. It's Trick and Mello are probably going to tear the roof off. I think if Trick and Mello becomes like a almost quote a 5-star classic, it's gonna elevate this event a lot.
Is it regular match or like no DQ? Is there a gimmick behind it?
There's no gimmick. It's
a blood feud. Yeah.
It's a blood feud, but that needs to go no holds barred or something. But no, it's just catch can wrestling.
Just one-on-one match. Okay, I respect that. I respect that.
It's a classic blow off. It's gonna be interesting how they put that together. So we'll see what happens. We are now here, folks. We are now at WrestleMania Night 1.
Oh, only an hour 45
Listen.
in.
That's
Thank God we made
that's
it.
a relief. I took an edible like 20 minutes ago.
Is
We're
that
gonna
why
lose
you're
Kay.
eating?
No, Liv made scones.
Oh,
so I'm eating them.
word?
Oh, lovely.
Word?
Mhm, they're really good.
Jazz is supposed to bring me pizza. I don't know what the fuck she is, but she's bringing me pizza.
It was her first time making scones. She's been saying for like a year she was gonna make scones, and she finally made them. They're very good.
Wow, that's freaking awesome. All right, WrestleMania.
So they're saving my ass right
Yes.
now.
Sitting here with a bag of white chocolate Reese's eggs from Sunday. That's all I got.
I'm
Oh,
drinking
God.
water.
I ate my Easter candy already.
That sounds better than the pizza, to
I
be
scrambled
honest.
eggs on Easter. Does that count?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah,
Did,
for sure.
did you have to find them first?
No. They were
We
in my
did
fridge.
an egg hunt for Boris for
No,
Easter.
no, it doesn't count.
Damn it.
Dude, one of the hard-boiled eggs I eat was so moist. Like, I was peeling and like, why is this egg wet?
Did you not boil it for long enough?
I don't know. Like, it was
What's
so
that, Mr.
good, bro.
Press?
It's like, it's so moist.
Yes, we're still on, friends. We just got to the WrestleMania part of the prediction. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, friends.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting stuff. But first, before we get to all of that, obviously, WrestleMania, the show of shows, the grandest stage of them all, the biggest stage in all of pro wrestling, and one of the most economically positive things that happen to any city for a week long. WrestleMania, the event itself, is a top 10 sporting event in the world, rivaling the World Series, March Madness, the Super Bowl, the Stanley Cup, the NBA Finals, the Kentucky Derby, so on and so forth, with an economic impact of close to, I would say, $400 to $600 million per city in a weekend. It is the reason that cities bid to get this because it is a massive money grab. Be it as it may, it is one of the most awesome events in all of sports entertainment. Probably my favorite event that I've ever been to multiple times. This will be my 6th WrestleMania. I still remember my first in Dallas. It is absolutely awesome, awe-inspiring. And the worst thing about WrestleMania week is this show itself. So that's the big thing about WrestleMania. The worst part of WrestleMania weekend is the WrestleMania show, and that should tell you a lot about it. Anybody else, some thoughts? We're going to do it. Mance, what are your thoughts on WrestleMania? You've been to a couple.
I've been to a couple. Would not have gone if not for the podcasts. That is a very true statement. The worst part of both weekends was going to WrestleMania. And this was one night, 8-hour WrestleMania. It's night.
The last. I mean, the last of the WrestleManias in New York. I mean, the last single day WrestleMania.
Yeah. It was such a long day.
Technically, that's not true. Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda hit the ring at 12:05 on Monday morning.
Fair.
It was a 2-day WrestleMania, but it was still one event. But no, like, just if you go with people, which honestly, the first time I didn't really go with people. I found people. I found Ant and Maddie, and then they brought me to you guys, and this all kicked off because of that, which is awesome. Right, Mania 35 in New York, way better time because I had people.
Correct.
Go to stuff. Don't just say, I'm going to go to the city. I'm just going to go to the WrestleMania show. Explore the city. I wandered around New York City.
Yes, you did.
Fantastic. I went to WrestleCon. I went to NXT Brooklyn, and I went to a Broadway show and just explored New York. Go to a city, learn a city, and then when you're done, go see a wrestling show that may be good, may be bad, may have both parts. My New Orleans WrestleMania was not so good, but I had a great time anyway.
New Orleans was a wild time. Kayfabe, what are your thoughts on WrestleMania since you've been to at least one?
Yeah, I've only been to one for now. So I got scone in my mouth. I have been to one WrestleMania so far. I intend to go to more. Like when Boris is older and I feel better about travel. CM Pop is the reason we're not going to WrestleMania this year, and I'm honestly like not sad about it. Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
We
for sure.
have a puppy who we're gonna watch WrestleMania with. We have friends coming over. I'm working on a wrestling themed menu.
Yes, yes.
We got a new couch, so we're like ready. I'm so excited. But Mania is just, it's such a magical experience that's so unique to from other sporting events. I just feel like wrestling fans and being a fan of wrestling, it's very much a if you know sort of vibe, because most of my loved ones are not wrestling fans. Like, they don't get this.
I agree, yeah.
It's just so special. Like, I'm a lifelong football fan. I love the Super Bowl. I get very excited for it, but it doesn't have the same magic that WrestleMania does. Like, Ricky, you say every year how America the Beautiful is like the most, like, it's beautiful and it's emotional.
It's the better song. Vince was right.
Well, it is a great song and better than the Star Spangled Banner, but like, it just, I don't know, it captivates the emotion. Like, it's all just a really good experience, and I like urge anybody that's a wrestling fan, even if you go once, even if it's just in your city, try to go. It's so great. And I went with my ex-boyfriend and still had a great time.
That is true.
So
that is true. Will Tarashuk, what are your thoughts on WrestleMania since we dragged you to a couple at this point?
Yeah, it's my third. So I regret not going to Dallas. I definitely regret not going to Dallas.
Yeah, you did.
I don't regret not going to LA because LA was a great WrestleMania. It would have been a lot of fun, but LA is just
expensive. At
the time was just way too expensive. Honestly, it's still too expensive. Minneapolis next year, if it is in Minneapolis, is like a 6 or 7 out of 10 possibility I'll end up going.
Bring a hoodie.
But the best part of WrestleMania is bring a hoodie. Is definitely the fans. It's always just going to like a restaurant and it's being filled with wrestling fans. Trust me.
Yeah, you know.
You can tell. Like the tailgates are fun, and it's better if you have a group like we do and always have. So it's always good to see a wrestling family because it's the one thing that connects all of us, and we all go and do together. Like the Evolution show where we did our tailgate.
I think about that all the time.
Yeah, my Jeff Hardy dance.
It was in our backyard.
Yeah.
Like, so the best part of WrestleMania is just being with the fans and the people you meet and the people you remember and the people you definitely want to forget. And yeah, and the WrestleMania day and nowadays, it is really exhausting. It is so exhausting. After WrestleMania 35 in New York, 35 in New York. Done. I was like, I woke up the next day, I was like, wow, this is the first time I've ever been happy to be unemployed.
Yeah, you got to make sure you take the gap days. Essentially put it, WrestleMania is the poor man's Super Bowl, and it's probably better than the Super Bowl in and of itself because compared to the Super Bowl, it's actually affordable. There's so many. Dave and I met the Vaz family who've become lifelong fans of the show. They gave me the left right title that's in my room. So.
Yeah, that is really cool.
It is pretty awesome.
So cool. It's
like we have a family that follows us because they came to our tailgate in New York, and I was like, these guys are freaking awesome. Yeah, I meet so many people from so many other countries. It's just such a cool time. It is probably the sporting event that I like to go to the most. The difference between WrestleMania and any other sporting event is that all the fans are in on the stick. I think that's what we're all in on it, and we're all here to have a good time. No one's there to be an absolute douche. And so I think that's what makes the event that much more powerful. It's everybody from all the different corners of the world, multiple countries and provinces and stuff like that. And we're all in the same thing together. It's kind of the craziest unifying thing that I'm ever a part of, like on a pretty consistent basis. And I think that's what makes WrestleMania like oddly special. It's almost like a World Cup event with so many flags and stuff like in the arena. Like it's nuts. It is.
Yeah. And WWE does a really good job of keeping everything close and keeping it in the community.
Correct. Yeah.
Like with World and all the other shows, and there's so much to do. So like, you can do it like what Mance did in New York and wander around New York, or you can just do wrestling shit and you'll have plenty to do.
You'll meet so many cool people.
Absolutely.
Like you can be like, dude, fuck Minneapolis, all right? I don't give a shit.
Which I might in Minneapolis.
Honestly,
I'm here for WrestleMania. Like I'm here for
wrestling. Go ahead, Mance.
Wrestling Radio is here because of WrestleMania.
That is true.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where the three of us met.
Yeah.
I met Kay at 35, and we all got together with Ant because of it, and it's kind of where Wrestling Radio comes from.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It just grew from there. Here's the craziest thing about wrestling in general. This wasn't even WrestleMania related. I'll tell you guys a story. You want to know the first time I met Kay, folks? I picked up Kay from a train station. Okay. I picked up Kay from a train station.
I met Nate at the airport.
I invaded your guys' Airbnb.
We would have let anybody in. We were so hungover. I'm not going to lie. We would have let anybody in.
We still haven't met Fred.
We still haven't met Fred.
We're gonna meet him probably at the train station.
Yeah, we've met so many. And I have met, and I know speak for everybody else, but I have met so many influential people in my life through wrestling and wrestling Twitter, but through wrestling, and things like that. So that is the cool unifying thing of wrestling and WrestleMania in and of itself. So let's get to the long-awaited card, and we are starting with the pre-show, which is going to be.
No, we're not.
Fuck yeah,
no.
Is the Battle Royal? I got money on.
No, the Battle Royals gonna be on SmackDown. You're gonna see the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Will, I'm sorry.
Great.
I'm sorry.
So exciting.
The two of those
I
I've
wish
seen.
we could just fast forward through Smack. Can we like watch SmackDown at a bar and just go to Hall of Fame?
I mean, technically, probably. To be honest. But no, they're gonna be a pre-show night 1 and night 2. I'm only saying this because CM Punk is gonna be on the pre-show, and Kay, if I can get you a CM Punk picture, I will. You're welcome. Yeah, CM Punk, Pat McAfee, Michael Cole, who looks really cross-eyed in this graphic, Big E, Wade Barrett, and Jackie Redmond are all going to be doing a 2-hour pre-show in the Pepsi Plaza. We'll be honest with you, that's probably where me, you, and Charles are going to hang out because it's an open plaza. Yeah. Outside like the north gate of Lincoln Financial Field with a bunch of food and all that stuff. So it's pretty much a prepared tailgate for us. So it might be a little bit easier. So that's happening. But we are going to start officially with the night 1 main event. I only did the night 1 main event because this night 1 main event will have very big implications for the night 2 main event. So night one main event, the biggest tag team match of all time. Seth freaking I Need a World Title Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. I like to bleed for my world in Cody Rhodes. I like to bleed for my world title versus the final boss Bloodline, The Rock, and Roman Reigns. If Cody and Seth win, it is going to be a straight up match between Cody and Roman. No Bloodline involved at all. If The Rock and Roman win, it is going to be Bloodline rules, which means there are no rules in that for the main event of night 2 between Roman and Cody. I think, in my heart of hearts, this is clear and evident that the Bloodline are going to win because we are going to get the dustiest of finishes on Sunday night. And you don't get a dusty finish in a really, really straight up match. You're going to get the wildest ending in WrestleMania history, and it's all going to start with Rock and Roman beating Cody and Seth. Mance, what do you have for
Oh
this?
yeah.
How specific do you want to get here? Because
Knock
I agree with
yourself
you, but Rock pins Rollins.
Okay.
There's
I
no
like
way Rock
that.
is not. Cody's not getting pinned. Roman's not going to be involved in the decision. Rock pins Rollins because there's no way Rock's not getting the pin if they're winning. And of the two, and this I'm telegraphing, Rollins the one that's going to eat the most losses this weekend. He's going to. I'm going to put that out there.
Yeah.
And more on that later. So Rock pins Rollins, setting up my grand fantasy booking for the weekend, which will unfold as we do our predictions. Rock bottom, probably not the people's elbow because that seems too much, but just rock bottom, maybe a bunch of rock bottoms, maybe a chair shot to rock bottom, but Rollins takes the pin from The Rock.
Fair enough. Will Tarashuk, you're going to be witnessing The Rock for the first time in your life.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, I am really excited. But hot take here. I think this match is a total mistake.
I mean, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, like this match should not be happening, like at all. Because if you look at the build, it is just straight up been Rock and Cody for the entire build. The other two have just been there.
It's
literally.
the Shield drama,
Like
though.
with Seth's build with Drew. I mean, what build with Drew without CM Punk? Like there's like too much crossover. Like this WrestleMania is very, very top heavy, and it's being led by Rock and Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up, like this should have been a one-on-one match. Rock and Cody, winner faces Roman, and they still could have had like heel Rock, and Rock would obviously beat the shit out of Cody.
Yeah, although he just beat the shit out of him on last Monday or 2 months ago.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's true. Look at him now.
But it's going to be a fun match. Like, they're going to go all out. And I do think Cody eats the pin, especially if he wins the next night. The loss on night 1 doesn't even matter.
Very true. I like Fretz's prediction here. He says Seth comes out as Rocky Maivia's debut attire, which would be amazing.
Please, that would be so funny.
Which would be absolutely amazing. Oh,
Blue with the streamers.
the blue streamers.
That's what we want.
So, Kay, who do you got for this?
I also think the Bloodline are taking this. But I do think Cody is being pinned, probably by Rock. Roman's not going to do shit.
Of course not.
I just, if Cody's choice is like a clean, boring ass match for night 2, why would anybody think Cody would win? Like
That's also not Cody's style.
I know, like who wants a clean, boring, non-bleeding Cody Rhodes match? I don't. I'm excited for it though. I think it's gonna be very, very fun. Like the minute
This is all. Yeah, this is an
Cody
entrance
slapped
heavy.
Rock, I'm like, we're getting a taggy.
We're getting a
And
taggy.
My WrestleMania party. I'm doing our WrestleMania party for Saturday night, and I'm so glad it's for Saturday because the card's so much better. And this is it's this.
We're getting a taggy. I love it.
What's the over/under time-wise from the beginning of entrances to the final bell?
For
Well,
this
it's
match?
a special. It's a
Oh.
special. Oh, for this, I mean, it's going to be an entrance-heavy main event. From the beginning of entrance to the final bell, Jesus, 45.
I think that's fair. I don't think it'll go an hour.
I think it'll
but
go an
45
hour.
is
With entrances, an hour.
With entrances, I'm going
entrances.
45. Yeah,
12 minutes for Roman to get down to the ring.
15 for The Rock.
I'll give it 33 minutes.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
8 minutes for Cody to rise from the floor.
No, I don't think Cody does the rise from the floor until night 2.
Maybe not. Maybe that's what he'll destroy a replica of Tony Khan's desk.
It's Tony Khan's just a giant bag of cocaine. He takes a sledgehammer and bashes it. That's all it is. Oh my god. So yes, that is night 1. We're gonna move over to the night 2 main event. The reason that this pay-per-view actually even exists: Roman Reigns, Cody, Part 2. I've said it before. I say it again. I think the Cody Rhodes debut, and I didn't come up with this. I saw this on someone else, and they asked Cody this. I think we've all been witnessing a 3-part play. WrestleMania 38, A New Hope. WrestleMania 39, The Empire, aka the Bloodline, Strikes Back.
Yeah, Strikes Back.
WrestleMania 40, Return of the Jedi. This is going to be one of the wildest endings ever. There is a theory that they're going to do something. People have been doing this theory that it's going to be the Cody Vengers, because like who's going to be on Cody's side, and that the Cody Vengers are going to show, so they're going to do some sort of endgame type deal. Part of that theory includes the glass shattering, hint hint wink wink, as well. Be that as in, you got to.
It would be really
you got to
cool.
counter The Rock somehow.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
I'm just saying it's a theory. It is a theory.
Vince McMahon wrestled 2 years ago.
Yeah. Listen,
Shane blew out his knee last year.
leg fell off.
Anything is possible.
Yeah. I'm just saying it is a theory, but it's out there, because if we're going Bloodline Ruins, it's going to be Calamity. What a better way to just go up on that Calamity is that they're calling this the biggest WrestleMania of all time. Everything is on the table. Be it as it may, we could be getting a Mankind winning the title at Raw finish, if we're being honest, if that is the case. Okay. With all of that being said, I'm still going with Cody, because if he doesn't win this, then what did we build him for these last 3 years for? It's got to be Cody. Will Tarashuk.
I'm not convinced he's gonna win. I'm gonna be straight up. Like, it seems we did this.
I know.
Built up. It's the moment, the torn pec.
Oh, the torn pec.
And last year I was like, there's no way Cody wins. This year I'm like, there's like a 50% chance he wins. Dude, because here's why, man. If Roman can hang on till September, he passes Hogan.
I know.
Like last year was like, he's gotta pass 1,000. Mickey, you were like, he doesn't need it. But like,
doesn't.
Idiot. Now I'm like, dude, he could pass Hogan for number 2 all time. I really
like streaks as much as the next person.
Really want Roman to hang on to this title. I do. But I said a few weeks ago, last time I was on the podcast, you do not want history to end. We are witnessing history, a historic title reign. You want this to go on as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So you better always pick Roman winning this title, because you're never going to see this again until you die. That being said, Cody is the person that picked this title, because there's no one else that's totally believable to do it. I just think he does it. Remember what happened at the end of Empire? Luke didn't win. So, which means last Return of the Jedi hasn't been written yet. So Roman might win this.
So are you officially going with Roman here?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Roman.
All right.
My tribal, acknowledge him. My tribal chief, please.
Him. Kayfabe.
You know, it's like wild. I don't know at all.
Which means this is good booking.
Yeah, it's great booking. I also am not very convinced Cody will win. I can see them dragging this out for another year.
I'd be so over it at that point.
I'm already over it a little bit, though. Like, I I love Roman Reigns. Everyone knows that. But I want him to lose so badly. I'm so bored of this. But like I feel like they're going to make him hold on to it to break Hogan's record. So I think I'll
Gonna go with the tribal
I
chief.
Yeah, I don't want him to win. I am actively acknowledging that I do not wish to acknowledge him at this time.
All right, Mance, lay it on us.
Here's the thing. I like you guys. You guys are actually on my wavelength here because I want Cody to win. I think Cody will win, but I will not rule out that Roman Reigns might win and retain this title. But officially, my pick is Cody. And I don't believe his bloodline rules, and for reasons that will become obvious as we continue predicting, Jay and Seth will not be there to help Cody.
Ooh.
So at some point, Cody will be surrounded. Roman, Rock, Jimmy, Solo, and the glass will shatter. And why the hell is Stone Cold in the shape he's in right now? He's coming. He's
got a good point. You got a good point.
He's gonna stun Jimmy. He's gonna stun Solo probably 3 times, and then he and The Rock are gonna brawl their ass backstage. He's not going to touch Roman Reigns. That's Cody's to deal with. He will, he'll take out Jimmy. He'll take out Solo. He'll take The Rock out of the picture. But Cody will finish Roman off himself. And so I'm picking Cody. Do I think that's going to happen? 85%. 15%.
God.
Roman's going to not the whole thing. That Cody wins 85%. 15%. Roman retains the title until at least Survivor Series, and drops it to. I don't know if Cody doesn't win. I think it's got to be Cody out of the picture. So who is it? Braun Breaker?
Nah.
Stop it.
I have no idea.
That is such a great finish to WrestleMania.
Honestly, if the glass shatters, I'm losing my mind.
Never been in the building.
If I
But
could
the
see
thing
Austin
is this,
and Rock-
I feel like Philly is too volatile of a place to allow for The Rock
Meek
and Stone
Mill's
Cold
doing
to
the
be in
cold
same room.
open. Lil Wayne's just announced he's showing up at
Yo,
Mania.
I'm so
Okay.
fucking okay.
Dude, if Stone Cold, if the glass shatters, the fucking Philadelphia police better start greasing telephone poles.
Can I
All right?
say
Because that is what will happen.
that I know that I said I have no FOMO about not going to Mania. When Lil Wayne showed up last night and said he was going to Mania, I'm like, fuck me.
We're gonna get a
I
Lil Wayne
love
concert
him.
for Jay Uso's entrance. You know that, right?
I'm so jealous.
oh my
I'm so
God.
happy for you. But I love him.
Oh my god, it was crazy as Lib just flare walks right behind you.
Yeah.
By the way, listen, if the glass shatters, I will have no voice for like 3 weeks. I'll tell you that
We're not
right.
gonna have a voice by the time the glass
We won't
shatters.
have a show.
Yeah, we won't have a show for another month or so. Whew, that got me really excited if that happens. I don't want to get too.
I'm telling you.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know, after all that, I could still see Roman winning.
Ever since I saw
Yeah.
ever since I saw Stone Cold, he's lean. He's doing not just curls, like a heavy, quick, explosive curls. He's got the plate. I was like, what the fuck are you trading for? And it's kind of gone from there. It's just him and Poncho, the cat.
I fucking love Poncho, that cat. I love that cat. All I want to see if that happens, I just want to see a classic Rock and Austin square up. You know the punches they do?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
I want to see. Give me that for 5 minutes. Everybody out of the ring, give me that for 5 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Over. Game over. I'll walk home. I'll walk home without seeing the rest of the main event.
It may be a case where to clear the ring or to clear the ring,
clear the
before
ring
that,
moment. Yeah.
the bloodline has to already have beaten up Cody, or maybe they do it while Stone Cold's coming down because it's going to be a long ass ramp. But regardless, if you're going to do that, you've got to have the ring clear enough for Rock and Austin. So Cody's got to be killed before he gets there.
Yeah.
Regardless, he cannot lay a finger on Roman Reigns. That's integral to the story.
Correct.
If he
Yeah, it is.
stuns Roman, you get a Mankind wins the title moment. You get a Vince McMahon wins the title moment. And that fucks up the whole end of the story.
Yeah.
Or
agree
it gives
completely.
you, or it gives you a dusty finish, which is a finish to the story, but not the one you want.
Yeah. Taquan said, I want Fred Durst to magically appear in the ring when Rock and Austin show up. Listen, Fred Durst is having a renaissance right now. I love me old man Fred Durst.
Fun fact, Fred Durst and I share a birthday.
That's freaking awesome. That's freaking awesome. I know what I'm getting you for your birthday now.
Red baseball cap.
Yeah. Exactly. Moving on to Seth Rollins still hasn't gotten his main event, which is the funniest thing in the world. Essentially part of the undercard of night 2. Seth Rollins defends as I'm Seth Rollins, I need a world title because I complain a lot, against Drew McIntyre, who Seth doesn't even care about. And because of that, and because Drew McIntyre is doing fantastic heel work, I'm giving it Drew. I think Seth drops. I think it's over for Seth.
He should drop.
I think it's absolutely over for Seth.
Although I think they drag it out a little bit more. Having Seth lose twice in a row, that's a tough weekend.
Yeah.
It is. So you're going with Seth, Will?
I'm gonna go with Seth.
Kayfabe,
yeah.
who do you got?
I also think Seth is dropping, just not yet. I think Seth will drop by SummerSlam, so I'm gonna go with Seth.
Seth could
Well, then again,
drop
Damian
on
Priest
Monday.
still has a fucking briefcase. He's gonna
Seth
cash
could
in.
drop on Monday.
Fuck. I forgot about the briefcase.
Seth could drop on Monday. It could happen. Man, so what do you got for this?
Drew McIntyre, and here's why. Drew did not get that moment years ago during the pandemic. He's still not getting it here.
It's not.
The Bloodline will be killing Seth Rollins during this match. Just as punishment or to keep him out of the way during Bloodline rules, Solo and Jimmy will take care of Seth Rollins. Drew will get a sneaky, cheatery pin after he's been spiked and whatever Jimmy's solo finisher is, I have no idea. And then Damian Priest will cash in and steal the moment from Drew McIntyre, becoming the World Heavyweight Champion and giving Seth an out. For he's lost twice in a row. He got really beat up the night before. He got beat up here. He didn't lose clean. Drew now can chase after Priest. And so we get to Clash at the Castle, and he can have his moment there again. But Seth is going to eat another pin. Drew's going to eat another pin, and it drives McIntyre even crazier that his moment still is being stolen from him.
I agree.
Does Damian turns face?
I think Damian turns face.
There's something going on with with Judgment Day. I think it's going to be the last weekend of the Judgment Day, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah, there's something going on with the Judgment Day. And listen, Clash at the Castle just got announced for Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Come on now.
Drew can win
Yeah.
there.
You should win there.
Drew can win here as long as he immediately loses Damian Priest.
No, but if Drew wins in Scotland, that's going to be a madhouse.
That's going to be the thing.
That's honestly, I feel like winning in Scotland would be a better moment for Drew than Mania.
They're going to
at this
lose
point.
all their alcohol about 1 week if he wins in Scotland.
You thought Philly would be crazy.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Moving on. Mommy versus the Man. It wrote itself a while ago.
Oh, I'm so excited.
They are going to be night 1, I believe. So the women's titles are night 1. The men's big world titles are going to be night 2. I don't know where you put this.
It's the opener.
Is it going to be the official opener?
It's announced for the opener of night 1.
Wow. Okay. That's a
Damn.
big deal. That's a huge deal. This is Rhea's biggest opponent, her most competent opponent that she's faced pretty much during her entire reign as a women's world champion. And Becky Lynch has been putting on WrestleMania Classics for a while. The opening match of the first night of WrestleMania is a big deal.
It's a big
stage.
It's a big stage.
That's a lot of faith they have in both of them. Jesus. Oh God. Rhea has had Becky doesn't need this title. That's what I'm sticking with. I don't think Becky needs this title.
That's the thing.
And her contract's up, and I think she said she's going to take a few months off to go be a mom.
Yeah, as she should.
And that could just be a swerve. That could totally just be a swerve.
She's going on a book tour. Clearly.
Yeah, she's also going on the book tour. Yeah. So I think she resigns, takes a few months off, comes back around SummerSlam. Which, hey, she had a hell of a run.
I'm gonna go with Rhea. I'm gonna
Agreed.
go with Rhea
Totally.
at this point now.
Rhea needs to keep it because where's Rhea go if she loses? Fucking
Exactly.
nowhere.
I think I'm gonna go with Rhea.
Where is Becky go when she loses? What the fuck she wants?
Okay, what do you got? What do you got here?
I would like to preface this by saying that this has been a dream match of mine for years.
Mommy versus
So
the
like,
Man. Do you want an event T-shirt of Mommy versus the Man? We can get you.
If they have it, keep me posted. I will send you money
Well,
because
yeah.
I might need it. I think Rhea's retaining. I think they're saving her to drop to Jade. I think SummerSlam is my
Jade.
prediction.
Okay.
I think it's Jade. I think Jade is gonna get drafted to Raw, and then.
Oh no, she signed with SmackDown. She's official SmackDown.
Yeah, Jade's on Smackdown. I mean, she could get
No,
drafted though.
No, I know that. I know she's currently on SmackDown, but the draft could happen between now and then.
Fair.
Yeah, usually happens shortly after Mania.
Yeah.
They shake everything up, quote
Yeah.
unquote.
So there's that. So, Mance, what do you got?
I don't know. The unwavering confidence of the Delight is wavered here because there's so many good reasons to put this on Becky because it's the opener of WrestleMania. You want that big rush. You want the crowd to be super into it. And yet there is no other reason to put this title on Becky Lynch. Rhea has had this title since last year's WrestleMania. She has done a lot. She is mommy. She is possibly close to, if not as big as the Man was going into 35.
Mm-hmm.
So, my question was, well, who's next? If you go through Becky, who's next? Jade Cargill might actually be that answer. And the way my fantasy booking works, if Rhea is the only member of the Judgment Day that comes out of this weekend with gold, that's actually an interesting story. I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
But I'm just now convincing myself that.
Oh, Rhea's opening pyro is going to be absurd.
I can't
When she stomps her foot on the ground, that place is going to rock.
Yeah.
I hope they do a better job setting up the pyro than they did at Royal Rumble 2022. I was there. It was terrifying because after Rhonda pointed at the sign, it caught fire. They had to evacuate a section
Oh yeah,
of the
I
floor
remember that.
and bring them like you hear all during Becky and Piper Niven, "You're on fire."
Yeah,
They're not cheering for them. They're cheering for, and we're all like, "Oh God!" They got it put out. They reloaded it with pyro because
As you have
why
to.
the hell not? Took it back up. Then Brock points at the sign and it catches fire again. Like, the hell's the matter with you people? So if they're not careful, they will burn down Philadelphia. That's all I'm saying.
They had.
It won't be a total
That's
loss.
right. It's only Philly, whatever. Protect the Liberty Bell or something. I don't know. Moving on. EO of Damage Control versus Bailey, who doesn't really have any friends anymore. And Bailey, I think,
Womp womp.
needs a hug. I am calling for it. Wacky, waving, inflatable, arm flailing, tube men.
There it is.
Coming back.
Dude, if she comes back with her old music.
That would be so exciting. I missed that song.
There's only one place she can go because the whole ding dong hello, Damage Control is supposed to be her magnum opus, and now it's been taken away from her. She has to go back to something more familiar. She's clearly the face here, has been the face for a while during this whole feud. And I think Bailey gets a better moment than she did at Orlando's Mania. And I think Bailey wins here.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I have moments that I want to see, as always. I want Bailey to come out regular Bailey music, or current Bailey music. And I want her to be down and out. Maybe she's been beat down by Damage Control, or she's all frazzled. And to get her second win, she pulls a side ponytail.
Oh, that would be awesome.
She wins. And then when she wins,
the magic from the ponytail.
Exactly.
And when she puts the belt up, the tube men come up.
We get the Bailey buddies. And here's the thing. They got to have like bandages on them because she
chopped them up. She chopped them up. Yes.
I want the whole thing. I would not be satisfied with less.
Man, I want you to work this
Seriously.
company.
I've tried.
So
they
good.
won't hire me.
You got a really good booking idea.
You do.
When I used to drink, the week of WrestleMania, I used to get drunk and apply to WrestleManias every year. Like I would apply to WWE every year during WrestleMania season.
Nice.
They never hired me.
Yeah, me either.
Yes.
I thought I'd be on tough enough. That
True.
didn't go well.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next match is called the Sami Zayn is Gonna Die match. Gunther, Sami Zayn for the IC title. If Sami Zayn even makes it to this match, there could be a swerve going on here in some way, shape, or form. But from what we know right now, Gunther versus the lovable loser, because we got lovable loser Sami back, in what I think is going to be an absolute devastation. In some way, shape, or form. Sammy's going to make it look beautiful, but in my opinion, Gunther comes away with this. What do you got, Kay?
I think Gunther's going to win. However, I don't think that he's going to absolutely annihilate Sammy. I think Sammy has a chance. I believe in him.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I've been saying this all week that I think Gunther will drop in the near future and he can focus on the title picture.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that time is now. I'm just not sure when. So I think I'm going to say Gunther's going to retain.
Fair enough. Mance, what do you got?
I really, really want this to be Brock Lesnar, John Cena at SummerSlam. I just
an annihilation.
After that whole video package of Sammy overcoming his fear and his doubt, I just want him to be murdered. In a former timeline, I would think, oh, they set up for Chad Gable to screw over Sammy. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I just want Gunther to kill Sammy, maybe kill Chad Gable on the way out again. 90 seconds. That's all this needs to go.
Well, Terror Shock, how's your pizza?
Chad Gable joins Imperium.
You just took what Fred said.
Yep. I had it in my mind, though. Totally, I think it's going to happen.
Ew.
If it goes 90 seconds, even better.
Yeah, so Gunther wins that hands down. Next match on the card, it's a lot of titles, which is what WrestleMania is supposed to be. But Logan Paul is going to get destroyed match. You got Logan Paul against Kevin Owens. KO Mania is alive and well against Randy freaking Orton. I would be surprised myself if Logan Paul survived this. Mentally or physically, which might be the reason.
I think so. I think so too.
Yeah.
No.
He
retained.
has
Oh,
the
absolutely
sleazeball.
Not. Why?
I'm going to go with my dumb Marky Hart and go with KO because I want the United States of Kevin Owens to return.
I want the face of America to come back so bad.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm going to go with KO. You got to give him something. And who knows what Logan Paul's going to do, because Logan Paul does need to take time off at some point because, he does a bunch of other stuff. Probably, to support his brother, Jake Paul, who's going to get destroyed by Mike Tyson. And I will buy that because I want to see that annihilation. I want to see somebody dumb enough to challenge Mike. And we found that person. We found that person. So Will's going Logan Paul. I'm going KO. Who are you going with, Kayfabe?
I was actually going with Randall.
Ooh.
I don't know. I would like to see him do something. I'm glad he's back.
Yeah.
And I just wanted off Logan Paul.
Fair. He's rated a 90 in the video game, by the way.
That's crazy.
Which is ridiculous. That's too much.
Yeah.
I will say, my official pick is Randy, but my heart wants Face of America Kevin Owens.
I totally get that. I totally understand. Mance, who do you got here?
Logan Paul. Not cleanly, as he never does. But there's going to be brass knuckles. There's going to be prime spit in the eyes. There's going to be KSI. There might be Jake Paul. There are other YouTubers. Markiplier, maybe. I don't know. Somebody's going to...
Oh my gosh, Phil DeFranco with a chick.
There you go. But Logan Paul is going to come out of this by the skin of his teeth. And then we're going to set up for Logan Paul versus LA Knight at Saudi Arabia, Berlin. What's next?
Backlash in France.
France.
Oh.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, Backlash in France is the next
But yeah,
one.
Logan Paul. That's my official pick.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I will say this: KSI takes a great RKO.
He gets in there for his buddy and dies over and over.
He did a really good job. I hope he gets paid well by Logan Paul. Moving on to, I am surprised this isn't kicking off the show because this is classic kick off a show with Calamity. The 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. You have a lot of people doing their first WrestleManias, which is absurd. You got The New Day. You have Judgment Day in Priest and Balor. You have DIY going to their first WrestleMania. You have Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, the New Catch Republic, doing their first WrestleMania. You have Grayson Waller doing his first WrestleMania after being called up in less than a year with Austin Theory. And then you have Miz and R-Truth in whatever WrestleMania this is. Here's the stipulation. Here's the interesting stipulation with this. Michael Cole said this on Raw. Both titles will be hung in the air, and the match doesn't end until both titles are taken off of the rungs. So be very clear of that. You could have two winners.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You could have two winners of this event, of this match.
Yeah, I was going to ask. So say Awesome Truth takes down the red belts. Does that mean the match continues, but they don't rejoin the match?
They can still take it.
They can still take it. They could take the blue belts as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we could have essentially a split decision in here. I'm just excited because DIY has been wrestling for almost, it feels like 20 years now, and they finally got their moment. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, we've all seen grow up. And they're finally getting their moment. I hope in my heart of hearts, just for the night, we hear Big E announce the New Day come out. That's all I want from this match.
Oh, please.
I think they would do that.
I feel like it's the right time. Big E's been hinting at it in due time that he'll, they're leaving it up to him. I think you just hear the voice. You hear his voice scream from the speakers.
Oh, Philadelphia.
Exactly. I think that would be a really cool moment. I'm interested to see what superhero Johnny Gargano's going to come out to, or going to be wearing.
They need to be a pair of superheroes.
Batman and Robin?
No. No.
How was it?
We are not doing Bat Family.
Dude, they come out with the DX theme. Come on.
It's for our troops' sake. They come out with the DX tank.
That would be funny.
I I don't know. It's one of those matches where I don't know and I don't care. Because it's going to be a demolition derby regardless. But for the sake of it, number one, I'm going to say the titles are split. Priest and Balor don't win this. DIY takes one, and I think they're going to go to DIY for Raw, and Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate for SmackDown. New Catch Republic. That's going to be my official. We're going to split the titles. DIY goes to Raw. New Catch Republic. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate take it for SmackDown.
That's my pick too.
DIY gets both of them.
That would be an interesting call. Okay.
That's a big one.
I think they're gonna get new belts. It's gonna be one pair of belts, not two pairs.
Could be that. I think back to the last time we had a tag team championship ladder match in front of a crowd at WrestleMania. That was in Florida for 33.
What are you talking about? They main evented last year.
No, ladder match.
Oh yeah, Florida for 33 when the Hardy Boys
Hardys
came back and I became a schoolgirl for 5 minutes.
Yes, I did too, but I was.
I thought the Hardy Boys were going to come back this year, but here we are.
That's my thing. Is there a team out there that is a recently free agent that could show up as a surprise seventh team?
Wait, I want to see Will's face. I'm gonna call it because it's been hinted at before. Motor City Machine Guns.
Hell yeah! Now I'm not gonna base my pick off that.
Yeah.
Because that would be ridiculous. DIY is my Raw team. My SmackDown team is A-Town Down Under.
I forgot. That's really good.
I think you want heel tag teams on at least one champs on at least one of the sides. So, and then you can have the Brits chase them on SmackDown. So DIY, A-Town Down Under are my picks.
Kayfabe, who you got?
For Raw, I would pick DIY, but I wouldn't be upset if Awesome Truth won. And for SmackDown, I pick Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
All right.
And my ultimate fantasy pick is that one of the teams, preferably Grayson Waller, gets knocked out and the Hardy Boys come in instead.
Listen, if we're talking ultimate fantasies, I want this company to hire James Storm and beer money comes out and be part of this.
Oh
but
God, Will
oh,
lose his
God.
mind.
I would
I'd love-
absolutely. I would go buy beer with money.
two of my favorite
It's a
fantasies of
contactless
all
stadium,
time.
Will. Sorry.
Fuck.
Yeah. Oh my God, beer money would be absolutely wild. That would be
Love
such a
it.
swerve.
I got to see. So I got to see Beer Money versus Motor City Machine Guns Ultimate X.
Wow.
We were in Florida and we went to Universal for a day, and they happened to be taping Impact, and we went, and that was the best match of the 3 hours I was there. And then the Sandman spit beer on me.
All right.
So
Hey.
that was God. That was 15 years ago.
Hey, listen, you're not a true fan unless Sandman spits on you. So there's that.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Moving on, brother versus brother for the third time in the history of WrestleMania. Jey Uso, who is probably about to be accompanied by Lil Wayne, which is absurd in this moment in wrestling history, versus Jey Uso, the battle of Yeet versus No Yeet. So the big question is: are you Yeet or are you No Yeet? For me, I'm a Team Yeet person. I think it's going to be great.
And fuck you, Sam. I mean,
So, are you also going Jay?
no, I'm gonna go Jimmy.
Okay.
I don't think Jay needs it. Jimmy really
Jimmy
needs
needs
it.
something. Jimmy needs something. Kayfabe.
Yeah.
I am Team Fuck You Slack, and I am also Team Yeet.
So Jey Uso it is. Kay, I don't know if you stepped away, but I talked earlier about watching Jey Uso go to his first hockey game ever.
I saw he went with CM Punk.
You have to watch the video, Kay.
There's a video.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. Kay, he is so high. He is so,
That's what I do at sporting events.
He ate a pizza during the first intermission. He's like, I'm having a great time.
Okay.
Man's
Very good.
Man's Yeet or No Yeet.
Oh, okay. I am Team Fuck You Slack.
Everyone is.
But I am also Team No Yeet, because in my head, every member of the Bloodline wins this weekend except for Roman Reigns.
Ooh,
We create a power vacuum in the Bloodline,
great.
and Jay leaves this match on a stretcher, and that's Jimmy and Solo's fault.
Richard job, Jay. Goodness gracious.
Absolutely.
Goodness.
Listen, I would
do a stretcher job.
Stone Cold only
absolutely.
works if Jay and Seth are dead, and I'm working.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable. Moving on to the TNA match of the night, AJ Styles versus LA Knight. A match, because it's AJ Styles and because it's WrestleMania, is going to be better than anybody needs it to be, because AJ Styles in WrestleMania, he kind of does that. Look at his match with Shane McMahon at 33 in Orlando. No reason it should have been that good. You know,
Shinsuke Nakamura as an argument.
that was a great match. Shit, low blow finish, but great match.
Okay, I different taste, I guess. I did not care for that, but then again, maybe I was comparing it too hard to the New Japan match.
Everybody was.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, AJ Styles is in his like loner TNA stage. LA Knight is being Eli Drake, obviously.
Dummy.
AJ Styles has proven he can take a loss and still come out scot-free because he's AJ flipping Styles. So and you got to get LA Knight back on the right track. So I'm going LA Knight here.
Yeah, I agree. It's like kind of like, who cares? LA Knight wins.
Kayfabe.
This will most likely be my Go Smoke a Blunt match, so I'm saying LA Knight.
Okay, Mance.
I am saying LA Knight. I'd probably not smoke a blunt during this match. I might make a sandwich.
It's a good sandwich match.
This is bathroom break sandwich match, and this is only here so we can get 80,000 people to go LA Knight. Yeah,
There's gonna be a lot of chants in wrestling. We got Yeet, we got Whoa. maybe a no yeet at some point.
You're gonna get You're gonna get a what? You're gonna get a die, Rocky die. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of vocals. It's gonna be a
But
very
yeah,
vocal
LA
Mania.
Knight.
Yeah, LA Knight here. All right. Moving on to something that was recently announced on after SmackDown, we have the Team Bad 2.0, Bianca Belair, Naomi, the original member of Team Bad, and Jade Cargill versus the other members of Damage Control, Asuka, King Kota, Dakota Kai, and Kairi Sane. 6-woman tag. Damage Control's losing a lot this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah. Damage Control's losing a lot this weekend. And it's because the biggest investment in modern WWE and Jade Cargill has to be made to look like a world beater. You don't sign this woman, essentially not bench her, but revamp her whole training and getting her TV ready and WWE ready to have her debut at the Rumble, to have her come out as essentially the savior at the end of SmackDown, main eventing that show, to then have her first real match at WrestleMania for her to lose. It is going to be Bianca, Naomi, and Jade beating Damage Control. And it's going to be the Jade Cargill coming out party. And this is where Tony Khan will cry a lot.
He had a chance. He fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mance, what do you got?
Yeah. Jade pins Asuka.
That's my pick too.
Ooh, that's a statement.
That's exactly my pick.
That's what I'm going to make.
Statement. Oh my god.
Yep, it needs to be done.
Yeah. Okay. I'm. It makes sense to me.
That's how you truly solidify Jade as like a you don't fuck with her type talent.
I've been here 10 minutes. I beat Asuka. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
that's fair.
Like even like in AEW, she had like a 50+ streak. They have to capitalize on that same momentum in WWE, and beating Asuka, who had what was her streak, like 300 something days,
Try
undefeated
5
or whatever,
500
something. Excuse me.
Yeah,
they have to establish the next woman that can have a streak like that, and I think it's Jade.
Will, are you going for the full sweep here?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jade doesn't come in to lose.
Yeah, exactly. She is clearly based off of Storm from the X-Men. In look and in theme music. I want her to come out in Storm attire. Like an X-Men Storm attire. I think that would be it's set up for it. It is perfectly set up.
What happens when Toad gets struck by lightning?
Same thing as everything else.
That is stupid ass.
Listen. It was a bad line in a really good movie. Yeah.
No, because they actually cut that in that scene. They cut out part of it that actually makes the joke make more sense. Where they just left in the bad joke.
Listen, Storm killed off Darth Maul because the guy who plays Toad is Darth Maul.
Yeah, Darth Maul. Yeah, Toad murdered the fuck out of Darth Maul.
Yeah. So it works out. But I want to see Jade come out because X-Men are hot right now. If anybody's seen the new animated series, it's fucking ridiculous. So I want to see her come out as Storm because I think it plays perfect to it. And everybody, Jade Cargill came out as She-Hulk during an AEW event. Like she loves the nerd shit. So it's good. God,
Bianca comes out as Wolverine. Yellow spandex.
It'd be cute if they all did a different different X-Men or Marvel character.
That would be unreal.
Naomi could do Rogue.
Naomi would be a great Rogue.
She'd be a fun Rogue.
But I mean, just with sorry, let me let my nerd flag fly here for a second.
Please.
Just based on her glow entrance and powers of the X-Men, Jubilee actually makes a lot more sense.
Yes, absolutely. Her as Jubilee would be amazing. That'd be really good. That'd be really awesome. I can nerd.
Sorry, had to let that fly up.
Listen, I get it. I get it, man. I get it. Let's move on to matches that were just actually announced very recently at SmackDown. The Lucha, it's the Battle of the Luchas. Dragon Lee again making his WrestleMania debut after getting called up to the main roster in very sparing instances. Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio versus Santos making his WrestleMania debut versus Dirty Dom Mysterio. There's something weird going on here too. This is going to be one of the catalysts why Damage Control is going to get a lot of weird shit happening. It's a very interesting match, obviously, for WrestleMania first for a lot of these performers, for Dragon Lee and Santos. They're slow burning Santos, I really hope. But I don't know if Dom ever beats his father until they do a final one-on-one and Dom retires Ray. So
I agree.
I think Dragon Lee and Ray take this one. Will Tarashak, what do you got?
God, I don't want you to be right, but you're probably right. Because I'm a big fan of both Dom and Santos.
I love Santos. I think Santos is amazing.
Yeah, he's Andrade and Del Rio, just way, way better.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So you're going with Dragon Lee and Ray?
Yeah, I think that makes more sense.
Kayfabe.
Because I thought Dom should have won last year, but he didn't, and it didn't do anything to him. So him losing this match means nothing in the long run.
I agree. Ray and Dragon Lee are winning.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of lucha shit, Mance.
As I've already said, everyone in the Judgment Day loses except for Mommy this weekend. So yeah, Ray and Dragon Lee. Part of me thinks, why wouldn't this be Andrade with Dom? But if they're going to lose, that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. There's some interesting stuff going on over there.
Is Andrade's not a heel though?
Andrade's
right?
a mercenary at this point.
Andrade's wandering around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why they didn't do. Santos deserves a spot because he worked hard for it.
Yeah. So there's that, and finally, a match that should be a freaking pre-show match, if I'm being completely honest with you, if they still did pre-show matches, which they do not. The Street Profits, as no one wants to call them the Pride, the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley versus the Final Testament Cross and AOP. This is a, hey, well, let's go get a beer match after the entrances.
Yeah, man, like, they really tried with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, and I don't know why it's not clicking.
Because
they've gotten pretty good TV time.
Yeah, it's, you know what it is? It's just, I think they took away from the Street Profits character too much to assimilate with Bobby, and it doesn't work.
See, I don't think they did it enough.
You want like a
I don't
complete
know.
overhaul. I agree with that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they kind of, they just tipped it.
Yeah, they did just tip it. So Fred's is saying this might be a Philadelphia street fight, which might make this a lot more interesting.
It is a Philly street fight.
They need a gimmick. We need
disaster. We need disaster and chaos.
Yeah, that's the only way it can be good. And that's the only way that Bobby Lashley can actually win this thing.
Cross's first Mania, AOP's first Mania, now that their, visas or green cards or whatever are fixed for them, so good for them. This Karrion Kross entrance is going to be absolutely ridiculous. I will tell you that. But I think in the end,
dude, Karrion Kross comes from the middle of the ramp, all right? He doesn't get a full ramp entrance. Let's be real, all right?
They bring him in on one of those moving vehicles.
Yeah, like, I actually like that they did that. Not everyone got a full ramp entrance. A lot of these fucking assholes came from the middle of the ramp. He said, go. Let's walk down.
Go.
Because the ramp is so long.
Yeah, and who knows how long this ramp is going to be or how elevated that stage is going to be as well. So it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
To be. But yeah, I think Bobby and the Profits win.
Yeah, I
just
agree.
Because. Yeah. Mance?
I don't care. Listen, you got two great singles wrestlers. You got one great tag team. You got the AOP, which can be great, but I don't care. Philly Street Fight or not, they would have to go full stadium stampede on this to make me care. This is my other night getting a sandwich match. But for the sake of it, I'm going to go with the heels, Karrion Kross and the AOP.
Yes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the final match on the WrestleMania card. We have made it. We made it close to the end. The final thing to do is, how good will the quote-unquote biggest WrestleMania of all time, not greatest, the biggest WrestleMania of all time be as they've done the shtick? 1 being the worst thing in the world, which I find that really hard to be. 10 being the greatest thing of all time. Got an argument if a lot of things come into play. Mance, you are the guest. How good do you think this WrestleMania will be compared to the 39 other ones that have happened?
Well, compared to some of the other ones. 8 1/2 crowns.
Oh, you're daving it?
Yes.
8.5 is a fair number.
My fault. Dave would
He said
do.
hit 8 and
That's
1
right.
half. He
Yeah.
said it weird.
Dave would do decimal points. I take that back. Go ahead, Vince. Yeah.
Yeah, he would do like 8.37.
Eight and a half. With the possibility of going better depending on how the main event of night 2 ends.
Mm-hmm. It's a good
But
point.
it's solid. It's one of the more solid manias in a while, and I truly believe the old man is not calling the shots anymore. So there's a chance it'll actually make sense and be good.
Fair enough. Will Tershuk.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 10. I expect 10. It's WrestleMania 40, nonetheless. So if this show isn't a 10, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be a 10.
Okay.
It's much fun.
I pretty much refuse to give any show a 10 because I don't believe we can ever get a 10, but I am willing to give it like a 9.5.
Fair.
I think it's going to be sick.
Very fair. Very fair. I'm going to go with 9 because I want to leave room for improvement, and there's also probably some room where we're going to be disappointed. The thing that people have to realize about WrestleMania itself is WrestleMania is not for the hardcore fan.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be aware of that going into the show, especially if you're in the arena. WrestleMania, if you are a hardcore wrestling fan, watch week in and week out, or maybe also do a podcast periodically, you're not going to get everything you want because it's not made for you. It is made for the unwashed masses that don't consistently watch the product, and it's there to draw other people in. So there's going to be a lot of pomp and circumstance. You are going to get a good wrestling match, but a lot of it is going to be star-studded on purpose because that's what makes WrestleMania. It brings in the casuals and makes people think, oh, this is really entertaining. I know people who aren't wrestling fans who are going to go to bars to watch night 1 and night 2. It's there to lure everybody else in and get with the virus that is being a wrestling fan. With that being said, there's a lot of great stuff that's going to happen at this WrestleMania. I'm very excited. However, something wonky is always going to might happen, and you got to leave room for that. So I'm going to go with a 9. Solid.
Where does Shane McMahon pop up this year?
On the stretcher. Shane McMahon gets brought in via an ambulance. Like he's
gonna ring the opening bell at Nicey. Their stock, dude, up to $90.
There you go.
WrestleMania is coming early this year.
That's what's going to happen. Last but not least, a little housekeeping stuff at the end here. We are moving officially to Tuesdays 2 weeks after a week after WrestleMania. So it says in 2 weeks from now will be Tuesdays permanently from here on out. I'm giving us 2 weeks because we're gonna need it. We're gonna need it. But we are permanently moving to Tuesday, streaming live, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Some people call it X. I will not. That's where you will see us from here on out. And judging by the amount of people watching this, Tuesday seems to be a good idea for us to do that. So we are going to catch us on Tuesdays in 2 weeks at 8 o'clock, which is a special start time because WrestleMania is such a big, magnanimous event. So with that being said, first and foremost, Mance Chappell, thank you for coming back for the one podcast that you probably do.
One podcast a year.
Yeah, it is fantastic. I know you were trying to make it for WrestleMania, but you weren't able to do so. But
life is life.
Life is lifing.
Away from it.
Yes.
Life is lifing. My son's birthday's this weekend, and actually my son's birthday is Saturday night. So I'm watching both WrestleManias on Sundays.
Wow.
What a day.
God.
I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna make breakfast, I'm gonna watch all of one, I'm gonna have a nap, and I'm gonna watch two.
That's a smart move. That's a smart move.
Stay off Twitter.
Please do. But Mance, any final words? The floor is yours, sir.
I miss podcasting, but I don't miss enough to do it every week. I love being here. I love all of you here. And for the first time in a long time, I am excited for WrestleMania without being there. And so let's all have a good weekend. If you want to check me out, at MNDelight on Amen_Delight on Twitter, at MNDelight on TikTok. I've made one TikTok in the calendar year of 2024, but I promise I'll make at least 6 more if you follow me.
It might get banned, so you might want to hold off on that.
You know.
And if Mike Tyson keeps putting up training videos, I'll keep talking about how he's going to kill Jake Paul.
That works out. So yes, with that being said, we will return on Tuesdays in 2 weeks. And with that being said, Will, do you remember the buttons for the outro music? Do not play
I got
Chris
you.
Jericho.
I found it. I queued it up. I'm not playing Chris Jericho. Don't worry. Although maybe I will. There it is.
Oh,
Oh my god.
wow. What a tease.
Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 371, with Whiz is the official title of this. That's a Philly reference for all you guys. Our official WrestleMania Super Show, the biggest and longest show that we do every year. I am your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, since I'm kind of there again. BIGZ Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews. The links to all of that are in the description below. If you're listening to us, you're obviously listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast. And follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter and Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else. The links to all of that, including some of our fantastic merch and to our growing Discord family, are in the link below. Now I've got a pack for WrestleMania. Will Tarashok.
Fuck. I'm doing that tomorrow, man. I'm not doing that today. Not a goddamn chance. But I am Will Tarashuk, T as in Thomas, ARASHUK. This ain't the only podcast I'm associated with. If you are a fan of Nerf blasters, no, I'm not kidding you. Nerf blasters, foam flinging, whatever you want to call it. My new show that I'm working with is called the World Foam Alliance. We go live every Wednesday night. A big reason why we're moving to Tuesday night is so I can keep doing that. You don't see me on camera. I'm behind the scenes. And it's a live call-in show. So you get to ask whatever question you've ever wanted to ask a Nerf pro. So honestly, it's a lot more fun than I thought it would be. So we just got monetized, so go give us a sub and support the fam.
And last but certainly not least, the EST of KOTR, back I think on a more permanent basis now. Yay. Kayfabe.
Yay, we're going to be recording on a day I'm not working.
You're welcome.
So that will be fun for me. Thank you. The edibles hit, so I'm going to bed right after this. I'm fucking tired, y'all.
I understand.
I go back I have work in the morning. The edible has hit, and you can find me on Instagram and TikTok as KFabe, K_Fabe. Back to you guys. I have nothing.
It just hit you. I saw it in your face. It literally just hit you. That was brilliant.
I need to go. Here we go.
Later, Kay.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back in 2 weeks on our new night of Tuesday nights at 8, we're going to probably maybe have half a voice. The fallout from WrestleMania. The fallout from the Raw after WrestleMania. We might be salting a lot of earth with Burberry scarves after WrestleMania. Maybe.
No.
Dude, I can't
Maybe.
wait for him to show up.
There's going to be a lot of weird stuff that we're going to be talking about, a lot of crazy stuff that's going to happen. But the only thing that's not crazy is the one thing's going to stay the same, whether we're on Wednesdays or Tuesdays or Sundays or Mondays, is that Slack is still the bitch of a podcast. Fuck you, Slack. Goodbye. Good night. And see you after WrestleMania. Perfect. Kay, we will see you later. I didn't even put you on the post-show screen so it works out. Bye, Kay.
Night, Kay.
Bye.
Bye.
Ricky, I'm actually gonna hop too. I gotta be up early.
Fair
tomorrow.
enough. So, Mance, do you want to stay, or do we can just shoot the shit for a while, or we can nerd out for a minute?
Is this going up?
It is
tomorrow
we're
or
still gonna
Thursday?
stay on Thursday, so I'll have a day to edit all of this stuff.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow
Fair enough.
too.
Just let me know when it's
Save
uploaded
this.
because I do want to get it up and ready before we leave on Thursday.
Yeah, I'll do. I go into the city around. Yeah, I'll do it the first thing
That
tomorrow
works
morning.
for me, man. Shabba, do you want to stick around for a while, or?
I've been up since 4:45 this morning.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
hop.
you need to go. You need to go. So we're just gonna go real quick right now. This has been the quickest post show ever by everybody here at KOTR. But thank you guys for sticking with us, and thank you guys for joining us for this really, really long show. Very, very much appreciated. Goodbye, good night, and we will see you after WrestleMania.
Midnight music.